You are about to listen to Only Fools and Collecting, a podcast for those who like a good moan about figure collecting and don't mind naughty words.
Alright, everyone, how are we?
Good. First show back for 2025. Hopefully the first of a regular run again now. Probably monthly to start with, and we'll see how it goes. But yeah, I'm
definitely
feeling good, ready to go, reinvigorated. How about yourself?
Yeah, I'm getting there. I'm picking up little bits here and there. I'm fucking about. It's lovely. So yeah, there's bits I like. So I'm enjoying it for once. I'm not going as mad as I did before, but I've been a little bit more selective and a little bit more.
I'm still very mad.
More careful. Yeah.
Very selective, but yeah, a bit mad with well, you see behind me. We'll talk about that in a bit. So first of all, let's just welcome in a regular guest of the show, all the way from Ireland, Mr. Shane. How you doing, sir?
I'm good. That is some forehead.
Well, mine
or
fuck
what?
off,
Yeah,
fuck off, mate.
No.
I mean,
not
this
yours.
particular area,
That
we have to be a
forehead, the
little
one
bit
that the
more
big yellow
specific.
arrow is pointing towards.
yeah, you're definitely winning the forehead race, Ian.
The thing is this. It makes my I'd like to say it makes my forehead look even bigger than it fucking is, but let's be honest, has a ball.
It's because we're drawn to the red.
Finishes
So
back here somewhere.
yeah.
So
For a second there, I thought he was Irish.
So I was just chatting to Shane earlier, and he said we're still on for tonight, and I said, yeah, it's 3 British cunts and an Irish prick. And he said that sounds like a great title for a movie. So
terrible band.
Yeah.
First album terrible. The other ones were fine. So.
Yeah. So I say 3. Yeah. So I said. Yeah. So I said 3 British cunts, and so I'd like to welcome Mr. Aaron to the show from OneSixthSith. Hi, Aaron. How you doing, mate?
I'm doing very well, guys, and thank you for having me. Obviously, really well. Me and Pete and Ian, we've done some sort of dealings on eBay and stuff, haven't we? So we sort of met before. But Shane, really nice to meet you, mate. I've watched your stuff before, so nice to be here, and thank you for having me.
I've definitely mispronounced your name multiple times. And I also have bought some things off the dark web from Ian and Pete, but it's kind of an after dark type of thing, really.
Yeah.
Jars of funny fishy smelling and stuff like that is very strange.
Oh God. Yeah, I think Aaron, we started chatting when you were about to buy that RoboCop 3 figure, weren't you? We had a lot of
it was
chatting
around
about
there.
that, and obviously you're a big RoboCop fan. Yeah, no, and I know you've been a regular viewer of the show for a long time. We see in the comments and stuff, and you've just started your own YouTube channel there. If you want to give that a little plug.
Yeah, definitely. So I started with Instagram, really. Just done some sort of like pics and stuff of what I've been buying and putting it on Instagram, and it's just nice to be in a bit of a community of other people that do exactly the same thing, and just be able to talk and share pictures of that was brilliant, because you don't often.
That's where we all started, because your family are like, what's that shit? What did that cost?
Actually, I really care about this. No one gives a fuck. But and then so I went from that, and then obviously watching you guys and collecting weekly and everything, and I was like, well, do you know what? I reckon I could offer something. So I thought, let's just go for it and get on the YouTube side of things. So I've only done a few episodes at the moment, probably 7 or 8, and I'm still thinking about the direction of that channel.
Yeah, they're really funny. That RoboCop one was genius.
Well, do you know what, mate? For the shortness of that video, though, the editing of doing
I bet.
For the satisfaction of like 2 minutes, but it was just an idea I had and thought, do you know what? I think that could work.
So it's so you're posing your RoboCop figure, but it's all shot from the viewpoint of like looking into his face, isn't it, with all the effects and everything? Brilliant.
I was happy with that one. I got to admit,
you could see how much you were enjoying it.
Loved it. Like, and I was like looking up scenes then, like making sure I had the
he did really well. I think the post editing was brilliant on it. It was really good.
Cheers, mate. Appreciate that.
So just for everybody watching, Aaron's YouTube channel's up there on the screen. 1.6th. Please give him a watch, give him a subscribe, give him a like, check his videos out. He's a really funny guy, and that's kind of he made his live debut on the Ben Thomas's Let's Get Nuts show a few weeks ago. He had a blast on there, and I said to him, well, fancy joining us on OFAC, because we're always looking for some new British talent
the British
exactly, because those Americans get a little bit boring, don't they? So
a bit much.
Yeah. So yeah, just quick shout out to the chat. We've got Toy Mafia, of course, first in the queue, although only just tonight. Bob Dylan, 1/6 Toy Mafia, and Equan. There's Shane there as well. So hopefully we'll get some more people coming. I think we're obviously we've been a bit erratic lately, but we're going to be back on a more regular schedule. So hopefully we'll get people who'll kind of get to know when we're going to be on, stuff like that. So let's just check the. I'll just look at the private chat. Right, let's get into the show then. So we'll have to do a little update. I mean, it used to be new this fortnight, copy and collecting week is new this week, and now it's just kind of like collection update at the moment, because we're not sure when we're on. So Aaron, you got a few bits. Do you want to just give us a run through
so Ian, you'll probably recognise the Boba Fett there on the end.
It does look a bit familiar.
Yeah.
Done
a good deal on that, and
you did him a favour. He couldn't shift that thing for ages.
Yeah, I saw it because you mentioned it on the show, and I was like, I'll have it. I'll take that. I'll have that one.
Because it's a really good
nothing
film.
wrong with it.
I really like it, but for whatever reason, but I think I put it down to it's Christmas time and all that. No cunt's buying anything, but. It seems that just generally in 6 scale at the moment, no fucker wants to buy anything anyway. Like, it doesn't seem to be just a Christmas thing anymore. It's just a 1/6 thing. Unless you price it so stupidly cheap, no one wants to touch it.
Yeah. Well, and over Christmas as well, I'd say 2 years ago, I think me and the wife knocked presents for each other. We just said, it's not worth it. Just the longer you buy for the daughter. So when it gets to Christmas, I sort of just go, wow, I'll just buy whatever I want. So it was like, oh fuck it, I'll just buy everything. I'm not doing any presents with her, so I'll just treat myself. And it's weird, all these things happened over Christmas that I bought, that I ended up getting. The Bobber was one that was like a spur of the moment thing when I knew Ian wanted to get rid. Stormtrooper was actually the first figure I had on my YouTube channel that I did a little mini review of. Never had. Just always been a figure that I just pushed to the back of the line trying to get a trooper. I always just thought I'll just put my money into a more sort of out there character or something a bit more exciting than a trooper, and just never got one. And when they announced that one, I was like, yeah, I'm in 100% getting that. And then that head sculpt for Joker was just the luck of the draw. Like just going through Marketplace, someone was selling a DX11, and for some reason I clicked it because I wasn't even really looking at upgrading Joker at all, but clicked it, and the guy was like, it's a custom head sculpt, and I was like, that definitely, it is a custom head sculpt, 100%. Done a bit of research on it and made sure it was definitely like everything checked out, like the artist that done it and everything. And I was like, you know what, I'm going for it, and I bloody love it. I think it looks excellent, to be honest, and that's sort of tick that one off now. I don't need to bother with any new ones or anything now. I'm done. I'll leave him like that. So yeah, I'm dead chuffed with my little pickups there.
That's cool. I want to ask you though, that first the Stormtrooper there, had you just come out the shower or something?
Yeah.
I was like, what's going on there?
Yeah, took a picture in the bathroom. Like,
that's what I thought. Yeah,
great.
It's a bit misty.
Yeah.
There we go. We've got the Collecting Weekly crew watching.
No, that was
Shane, I didn't do you a slide, but do you want to chat about what you've had recently, or you got coming in? You've got a couple of big things coming in. Not sure what the timeline on those are, though.
Oh yeah, this is how it starts. No slides. No slides. To be fair, you did reach out, and that was my point to go, oh yeah, here's a few photos. Because I had them on my phone. My brain was dim.
Yeah.
I was in the middle of something at work, and I was just like, it's been very in art the last few months. The last two things I've got have been the in art Superman, the most recent one, and the in art rooted single Robert Pattinson Batman. Both of those figures have no business being as good as they are. I mean, and we're all sick of the like who did it better. I get that. And I suppose if you could nitpick both figures, you'd find things wrong with both of them.
Yeah,
they don't contain not a single shred of Robert Pattinson's DNA. Neither of them. Shocking. Yeah, none of them have a pulse either. Weird. But like they're just those in-art figures. I knew getting in my hand, I'd seen enough reviews to go, I'm gonna enjoy this. I didn't realize how much I would, because the last in-art figure I got in was the 2-pack rooted Joker about
it's a while,
2 years ago, you know.
So
I didn't get Pennywise, I didn't get Aragorn, and they were the two.
But now you've also got Paul, haven't you? Paul Atreides and the 4-pack Joker.
Paul will probably be, who knows? It's the batch thing. I ordered day one from InArt directly from. I knew that if I reached out to Lion Rock, I was getting a better deal. I was getting free worldwide shipping and maybe like a review discount, and then I wouldn't pay customs. But I was like, you know what? I want to see what the experience is like ordering direct from InArt. So far, I see no difference really. Like, there's people in Scotland who have Paul. There's people in England who have Paul, and there's people in the States who have Paul. And I don't know what the logic is, who gets what. I don't think they're going by the numbers. I don't know. But so I don't have that one yet. But the 4-pack, again, went with Lion Rock Toys for that, and the 4-pack is in the country. It's at the local distribution sorting centre. So I should hopefully have that tomorrow, which would be great. It's a long weekend, and I'm really looking forward to that.
So what's the plans for displaying those? Because
if I know.
Yeah.
You know what? Usually, like I'm very dialed in with, like, you know, if I can't display, I don't pay. And the whole module case thing, the two riser / module case, that was to give me an opportunity to house vehicles. So the 89 is paid off. I just have to pay the shipping, and I'm purposely not paying the shipping because I am going away in about 2 weeks for a week, and I don't want it to land during that week. So I'm not going to pay that until I'm actually out of the country. I might send Joost a message going, here, look, I paid the ship and ship it like the week I arrive back, whatever. But this one here, there are a few things that are standing out to me. Like I know that there's two figures that I'd be like, you know what, I can box them up because I have, like, you know, another Iron Man and another Spider-Man for the time being, and they would look well in that position. But I kind of like no one needs 4 of that character, but I was kind of going, you know what, it tells a good story. You know, you have him as the bum and the kind of like, you know, just depressed regular Joe. Like, I've seen 3 of those on my way to work today. Then you've got the clown, his work outfit. Then you have his initial downfall. Then you've got his, you know, he's the Joker. And it would be nice to have them posed all together. It could mean that I just choose either or diorama and pose them in different poses along the steps or something like that. Like, I think it's going to be the type of thing that I'm not going to have every single piece of the kit displayed at one time. It'll be swing in, swing out. I have a few ideas, but nothing solid yet. But I'm still really looking forward to it, because I've watched Dean Knight's reviews, man. They look. Now, I know Dean Knight has a way of showcasing things that makes him look very well, but I think they look incredible.
Cool. No, I look forward to seeing your unboxing of those.
They do look really good. I said they do look really good. I do really like them, but I'm tapped out in space, and I can't justify that much money on something that I just
fair point
where to put it. I'm
fair point, yeah.
And I've screwed myself over with some quarter scale stuff and the blurg and shit like that, because now I'm like, well, they kind of take up quite a bit of space, but they're just too cool not to have. So
which ones, Shane? Which ones are getting single releases? It's not all of them, is it?
No, there's only a 2-pack and a 4-pack.
So
the 2-pack option was kind of, I suppose, the start and the finish. Arthur Fleck, so his civilian look, and then the red suit. And then the 4-pack was everything. Which I think a lot of people were annoyed about because everyone wanted that bathroom dancing Joker.
Put it behind a paywall again, but
Yeah.
So you're proper in-art fanboy now.
I am. I just am. Like, I mean, I know it seems to be like you say something positive about in-art and you get a bunch of I don't even call them Hot Toys fanboys anymore. They're Hot Toys fucking extremists. That's what they are. Because an extreme of anything is wrong. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And they'll be like, oh yeah, it's fucking in-art. They'll be shitting on you. And then you say anything like positive about Hot Toys, the in-art extremists, they're a bunch of cunts too. They're going to just do the same thing. So it's like, lads, just relax. We're grown men and women. And
just
collecting toys. Like, it's just get over it. I have to say, I like I said, they had no business being as good as they were. Are they completely perfect? No, that's not what I'm saying. They're not. But when they just catch my eye, the realism just blows my mind. The talent of these sculptors and people, and the same way with a good Hot Toys would. Like, did you watch the? Will had John and the CEO.
I haven't watched it yet.
And one of the things they asked him was they going to do Bane, and they said, no, to be fair, Hot Toys have done a fantastic job, and I think that's there's a competition, but there seems to be some sort of a respect there, and it just puts it out like, what can we do better on the Bane? Like, I mean, you could go seamless wrists, but like, I don't know. Are you going to make your money back when everyone has the Hot Toys one? Which is fantastic.
Yeah, there's not. Yeah. And plus, Bane's been done to death. When you think about all the third-party ones as well, and I've never seen a bad Bane. You all look. It doesn't matter what version it is. If it's a Hot Toys one, if it's a third-party kit, whatever it is, I always look at them and go, Bane. It looks just like Bane. It's not hard to do a bald man with a mask.
Yeah, that's the thing. And in art's big selling point is they're rooted. It's not rooted, but the real hair kind of thing. So yeah, Bane automatically kind of puts them at a disadvantage, I think. Yeah, but I've only got Aragorn, but he's exemplary. I mean, the attention to detail is fantastic. Although I'll be a bit of a hypocrite because of what I've got behind me there, but I feel like the in-art price is a little bit. Aragorn I had to have, and I wanted to have an in-art figure. There's others that I like to look at. That Superman looks great. I'd like to have the Harry Potter figures, but I'm not spending £400 or £500 each on those.
And what would they be to get to you if you did get stung for customs and?
Well, about as bad as you. So so that I think they are quality and they're probably worth it in within the price ranges we're in now. I mean, obviously everything's fucking expensive. But I didn't go with Legolas because of the price and everything. But there might be another figure that comes along at some point that I'll think,
you'll be selective.
Yeah, and I'm not a fanboy of anyone. I will buy, if I like yourself, if you want the best representation of a figure and you're happy to spend the money, then you'll go where the best quality is.
And it's just on the terms. I know we're having a bit of a laugh with it, fanboy or whatever, but like, I obviously, like, I wouldn't consider myself a fanboy or an in-art extremist or a Hot Toys extremist, because I think if you are a fanboy or a Jazz Inc. extremist or a Hot Toys extremist or a in-art extremist, you won't hear any criticism. None. Whereas I can tell you straight off the bat there that in-art, they need to work on their licenses and international distribution. They need to sort out that batch process thing. The QC issues, you can kind of go, okay, everyone has QC issues. The magnetic bases for some people have been hit and miss, but I still think they make fantastic products, but they're not immune to criticism.
No. No, I think the only problem I have found with the Aragon was the hands staying in, particularly when we've got a heavy metal sword in the hand. You know, the magnetic pegs, they're not the best. But
sorry, Pete, you just reminded me of something you mentioned. Was it Aragon where you said the eye fell out? Was that you?
Yeah.
The eye fell out.
They do come out. They just pop out, and then you just push them back in again.
Happened.
Yeah, it was when I was washing his hair. So
as you do.
Oh shit!
They're in the bath together. He's washing his hair. The eye came out perfect.
The eye popped out. I was like, "Where's that?" I fished around.
In the shower, mate.
Yeah.
Fished around in my crevices, found the eye, popped it back in. I did shit myself for a brief second and thought, "Oh shit, I've broken it." And then
at some point when they've unboxed the thing, I bet everyone at some point's done that.
And thank fuck it didn't.
You dick around,
bounce and go under the sofa or something like that, and be like, I can't find. Yeah, exactly. No, it all worked out well, and it just pushed back in again. But
all I've got visions of Pete in the bath with this Aragon figure, the eye popping out, and him just taking 5 seconds to go. Should I fuck the eye socket? No, let's just find the eye, pop it back.
It's cost me a lot of money. I'll get the eye. Let me get the eye.
I'll get the eye. Because people were saying that you can, because a lot of people didn't realise, I think they just came out, because people were saying that you can swap the eyes between the two Superman sculpts.
Can you?
Mm-hmm.
I haven't tried it, but I heard you could, yeah.
Yeah, they just pull out. Getting them back in is difficult, because you obviously can't get any force behind the pegs. You kind of put it in with tweezers and try and push it in. You can't really get a lot of force behind it, but they do go back in, thankfully. Yeah.
What a weird feature. do you know when In Art first came out and they were going like magnetic this and this, that, and we were going, yeah, it's good, but there might be some problems. I didn't think in like 2 years' time we'd be going, just pop the fucking eyes out.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because I know you can do it on like the purrs, but there's a bit of work involved in that. But
just
pop the fucking eye out.
Put your thumbs in.
Imagine them
push them out
when they're making it, and it all gets through like quality control and everything. Some like smart twat goes, "Have we thought about the idea that you could maybe take the eye? Take the eyes out?
Yeah.
Actually, and interchange them with other.
Yeah.
Right, okay, bring them all back.
Yeah.
Bring them all back in here.
Yeah.
Let's take all the eyes out.
Yeah.
Such a weird feature.
It's great. It's great fun though.
Yeah. It's like they sat around and went, right, what feature don't we really need that we can implement? And someone just went, like you said, pop the eyes out. Yep.
Yeah.
Perfect. Yeah, fine. Give that man a bonus. Fucking mental.
So I got a few bits in over Christmas. Again, like yourself, Aaron, don't really do gifts. We do a little, 30 quid or whatever, me and the missus and everything. So you do sort of tend to. I didn't specifically buy myself Christmas presents, but there was a few things that. So the Batman in the background is the SSR Night by Gaslight. So it's their unofficial Gotham by Gaslight Batman, and me and Ian owned a custom a while back. You got it first, and I bought it off you, and I sold it. I had this one on pre-order, and I was kind of like, do you know what? I might just move it on. I normally keep the it's from Kit. I normally don't cancel them because obviously you lose your 20 quid or whatever you paid for the twice. I normally have them and think, well, I'll be able to move it on. But yeah, I just love it. It's too good to sell on. So yeah, that was a nice surprise. And only I think it's about 170 or something like that. It's got a really good seamless body on it. It's their own body, so they're not using Feist and sort of things. It's not fully seamless, but obviously it doesn't need to be. Under the sort of the chest and the stomach area is got good definition and stuff.
I mean, I'm just going to call dibs on it now if you ever do.
Okay, no worries. Yeah,
banging.
Yeah, it's brilliant. Just really, really nicely done. Fairly simple figure, but yeah, all looks really good. Obviously, I don't have the old customs to sort of compare. I suppose I have to get some pictures out, but I think it's probably more sort of comic accurate than the other one. Oh, we've lost. So Aaron's having problems with his laptop and he's on battery, so he may have died. His battery may have died. So I said, if he has to come back on his phone, that's fine. Well, he'll have to get himself a new laptop before next time. Then I got my Deadpool pre-order came up. To be honest, because Shane, you got this guy on the first limited release with the golden guns, didn't you? I didn't go for it then, and a couple of times they'd come up for sale, and then I remembered that I pre-ordered it with kit, and I thought it would be a way off. I thought that this one would be coming out when the Wolverines came out, so I'd sort of forgotten about it a bit. So yeah, that one came through. Brilliant figure, absolutely love it. So got him as well, and then Thanos. I've been toying with the idea of getting a Thanos. This is the clean end game Thanos. So you got the battle damaged, Shane. Probably slightly better figure, but when you're getting these, when I got this for like 170 quid, I'm not going to argue. Yeah. I could battle damage it myself if if I wanted to.
It's just one drop away from being battle damaged.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, but it's lovely. It's got such presence. He's obviously not quite that big. That is perspective there. He's a bit nearer the camera, but he's a big boy, and I like it. I like that a lot. And Greedo. So this is the figure I've been after for a very long time. This is the original Sideshow one. The new one's not come out. And I've always, here he is, back on his phone. All right, mate. And they've been on eBay and people want 300 quid for them, and you think it's a 15-year-old Sideshow figure, albeit one of their better ones. I had pre-ordered the new one. I think you had as well, Ian, from Sideshow.
Came out the other day.
Oh, okay. So, and I thought, but anyway, this came up. A good old friend of mine bought so many figures off him, Lee Farncombe. Put this up he had up for 170. So I messaged him. I said, "Will you take 150?" He's like, "Yeah, no worries." So I just I cancelled the new one, because I think all in with like shipping and customs and VAT and stuff, probably wouldn't be far short of 300 quid, the new one. And yeah, the tailoring's probably going to be a little bit tighter and everything, a bit more.
Won't. It will be exactly the same.
Yeah, probably.
I said all this shit with the Grievous, and that fucker bit me in the ass.
Yeah, that was bad.
Like, fuck them cunts. It's going to be exactly the same. And I know, and I'm buying the new one, right? I know it's going to be the same.
Yeah,
but I'm not lucky like Pete, and I can't find one of these for 150. So I'm going
it was pure luck. I saw it come up, and I just thought, yeah, I'm having that. I couldn't see discernible enough difference with the new one to pay twice the price. So I just cancelled the Sideshow. I think it was 20 quid I'd paid, so it cost me 170. But he's brilliant. He's really good. The body was fine. I did sort of break it down and just sort of tape up some of the joints and stuff. They weren't too bad, but I wanted to just kind of, I think with the old Sideshow ones, the anatomy's a bit odd. There's a lot of bits where the clothes can get caught in the joints and stuff. So I just kind of padded it out a little bit just to streamline it. Didn't really do anything else. I think it just adjusted the belt and stuff. Yeah, I love it. I've always wanted a Greedo. It's a great looking figure, and it really pops on the shelf with the orange and the green. So really happy to have him. It's kind of like the last piece I was looking for in my. I thought it was the last piece I was looking for in my New Hope collection. Until I did something really crazy and ordered this bad boy behind me. So I've only literally just opened up the packaging, so he's not been out of the box. But I thought, you know what, rather than you just seeing like the bottom half of my projector screen behind me, I'll just do that. So he's balanced on the back of a chair, but I've got a little ladder propping him up, so he shouldn't go anywhere. But if you suddenly like move quicker than you've ever seen before, then he's starting to fall. But I think he'd be all right. So yeah, ever since it was announced, I was like, I'd really like that, because I've got an old Hasbro one I'd repainted and stuff, and it was fine. It was fine. I've got the original Sand Trooper, which is crazy when you think they're like 10 years old now. Those first run of Star Wars figures, still really good. I was thinking, it's just too expensive. And if I look at it rationally now, what I paid for it, and we're talking north of 500, because I think the shipping was like 140 quid. They probably only paid 30 quid, but it was from Toys Buying Agent, so it was in stock. You can't justify that it's worth the money, but then I'm talking to Shane here. He spent a lot more than this on a Batmobile, so you can appreciate that when you look at it, you think, what have I done? But it's kind of like, if you want that product and you want to have the best, you find the money. And I've sold a few bits. I managed to sell my old Tauntaun. I've got someone buying the Hasbro, so I've got sort of 400 quid of the 550 back. So I'm happy with that. And it wasn't really stuff. No, and I didn't need the other stuff. Was just stuff I was trying to sell anyway. So so I got the deluxe. So that's got the swap out mouth plate, so you can have closed mouth, which I actually prefer the look of. I might change my mind when I see it in hand, but I think I have the closed mouth. So you kind of take the bottom jaw off, you take the teeth out on the top one, and then the other one just goes seamless flat so you got the closed mouth, and then you've got a replaceable front right leg, but it looks a bit weird. So the one it comes with has got that leg kind of raised. There's a swap out one where it's flat, where it's standing on all four, but it looks a bit odd. So I think I'll be going closed mouth and foot up. I have got space because I had one of the tops of my cabinets had the Hasbro one on, so I have got the space. It's going to be a bit bigger, but I think I'll be all right if it goes diagonally across. So yeah, I know you said to me, where the fuck are you going to put that? I know Shane said I've got to take it out for a walk every day. But yeah, rather than I fucking don't know, or whatever it was that Shane said, to quote him. Yeah, fuck knows. I do know where it's going. I've just got to put a little sort of platform that just, because there's all wires and stuff for the light, so I'm just going to raise it up on some little legs, put a platform on there, and it'll just sit nicely on there.
I've just got to build a small extension. Other than that, fine.
Yeah.
Cages for dogs.
Yes, I got one of those from when he was a puppy. It's out in the shed, so I just build that and put it in there. Yeah. But no, I do love. I mean, it's an incidental character that was in probably one scene in the original shot, and then they put a shot of it walking in the SC. But I don't know. Of all the three of the original trilogy, A New Hope, I just absolutely love it. And I just wanted to have that like ultimate representation of that, and it looks so cool with the Sand Trooper on it. So so I'm going to be opening it up later.
Did you get the Sand Trooper?
No, because I've got the old one. So
right.
So
you pop them on top, or
yeah. Because otherwise you've got another 200 quid on top. It's essentially the same. I can't see that it's any different. I think it's the same molds. It's slightly more weathered, and it's got a little metal ring, which I'm sure I could find one in my toolbox. So yeah, I didn't need that, so that saved me a couple of hundred quid. So no, I'm going to sit them on the top. I understand that if I've seen a lot of people where the trooper's just standing next to it, and I guess that's probably because they've got him in a cabinet, so they're limited on the height. But for me, if you got it, you got to have someone riding him. So
6-scale figures, when you put them on top of like a creature like that's quite wide, just it looks weird because of the way because
their legs splay out,
bend down. Because I tried it with the Blurg and tried putting Mando on there. Now I've got both my Mandos. I've now swapped out to a Thyssen body. Even that still looks weird. Like if you put something with standard like Hot Toys body on, just looks funky. Like Quill doesn't look too bad because he's fucked up anyway. Like he came out wrong. So him sitting on there, I mean, if you'd stamp it to death. If that looks okay, it looks natural. Like, but yeah, some stick stuff looks a bit funky.
I think because the tops of the legs have got to go wide, but then you can't get them back in because they don't have the articulation. It remains to be seen. The only other creature that I've got that's been ridden is by Inbox Studio Tauntaun, and that's fine because it's a much narrower body. So I will definitely have the Trooper on the top because I think that's the look I want. It'll take some futzing with the legs, and they probably won't look spot on, but I don't care because I've got this boy, and I'm really looking forward to checking him out. Yeah,
that's cool, man. It's a very, I know the word iconic gets thrown around in this scale, but it's stood the test of time. It's screams Star Wars, and it's nice to have that big statement.
Yeah, and part of me just thought it's going to be a future Grail. It's going to be one of those ones that's probably people are paying 1,000 for in a couple of years.
I think most Hot Toys big creatures are going to go that way because for a while they nosedive because suddenly they've got shit. I've got loads of them, and they're quite big. And no one really has the space to put them.
Yeah.
Then they go mentally cheap, and then as soon as that gets bought up, suddenly everyone goes, "Oh shit! Do you know what? I really wish I bought one." And then the price just skyrockets again.
Yeah,
like you see loads of stuff.
Those sideshow dewbacks was the only way you could get a half decent one if you weren't happy with like the Hasbro one, which is shitty, but it cost you 40 quid. And they were going for £1,000, like the Tauntauns, and they're not even that great. This is definitely better. So I thought if I don't get it now, I'll have problems getting it later, and it'll cost me a lot of money. So I just went for it, and I think I'm going to be really happy with it. So cool.
Yeah, looks good.
So over to you, mate. I think you've only got there's one figure you got here, but
just the one. The one. We've gone from Star Wars to Star Trek. So on the last show, I said this had just kind of landed in the country. So this is the Jean-Luc Picard. And it's fucking amazing. Like now, XO6, fucking awful company, like piss poor customer service. But their figures are fucking banging, and for the price of them as well. They have a weird thing where they call the standard edition is effectively the best version you can get.
Yeah.
And the shit you get with this, so you get this uniform, then you get the Demarc uniform, which is like a bomber jacket, a shirt, and another pair of trousers.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So you can just swap it out if you really want to. I just got another body and got another head, and now I've got two figures. But
that's cool.
Fantastic. The sculpt is fucking brilliant. No, I haven't watched a Astartes 2 trailer yet. I will do though because my mate said it's very, very good. But yeah, this is so good. The amount of stuff you get, like you get the extra uniform, you get the weird little float that he plays. That's fucking brilliant. You get the tricorder, you get the data slate, you get these little Earl Grey cup, you get the whole Picard Day banner. Like, there's such a lot of shit you get with this for like what was 170, 180, something like that.
Yeah.
Which now, unless you're going second hand, you don't hit that sort of price anymore. But no, they're just fucking brilliant. Like they've also shown off part for pre-order. He's the captain's chair to go with him, but I'm not. I've
Is that from the Enterprise E though? Isn't it?
Think so. Yeah.
So it doesn't really go with the next because you're next gen, aren't you? So
no. Sorry, it was the Enterprise D, not E. It was the
it is the D.
It was the next gen C.
Because he's doing the consoles, isn't he? A left and a right for Geordie and Data, but that's probably a bit too far, isn't it? I think really.
I think because the problem is if I was just going to do these three and that was it, I go that would be fine. I get the chairs and make a nice little display, but I'm going all in. I want the whole bridge crew. I want all kind of the main guy. I don't want Ensign Rowe. No fucker wants Ensign Rowe. I don't know why people want that. But I want the
Crusher in next.
Should be Crusher next, and then it should be Wesley, and then whatever else he puts up for pre-order. Because after that, really, it's Riker, Wolf. Still need to show those. And Guinan is probably Troy. Oh, yes, Troy's got to go on there. And then Guinan, They can't not do gaming. No. So once they're done, but we've only had one bad guy, only had one villain where we've had Q, and I wish I picked Q one, to be honest. But there's a few decent villains from next gen that you could do. But yeah, I'm loving this. I'm very, very much.
Yeah, I really like what I've seen with the next gen stuff. I'm gonna be well, I have had an experience of X06 because I did have that motion picture Kirk that I sold on for a ridiculous amount of money. So that was great, and I've got the Undiscovered Country Captain Sulu, which probably be a couple more months. I think they're saying sort of Q2. Looking forward to that. I think with X06, if you get lucky and you get a decent one, it's got no QC problems and anything, you're on to a winner. If there's anything wrong with it, you're fucked pretty much, because Nanjin basically just goes everyone a cunt if they say anything against him whatsoever or against his figures. And
they don't reply to emails. They've got an operations bit that you email. I had one reply about Geordie.
Oh, because you had the problem with Geordie, didn't you?
Yep, and then they just ignored it after that. Nothing. And I'm like, the fuck?
And he Nanji put a post out the other day saying, like, basically, we have no spares, we won't make any more. So if you get one that's damaged, you either put up with it or we just refund you. There's absolutely no chance of you getting any replacement part or replacement figure or anything. So you really kind of got to hope that you get one that's not got any.
It's so bad though, isn't it? Like,
yeah, but it's like he's doing us a favour. That's his attitude.
Any other, name another product at all that you could go and buy anything. I'm just looking around the kitchen, that microwave. I'm just looking at things now. You buy something and you go, well, that's buggered that.
Yeah.
Go back with it.
You don't buy a Samsung telly and Mr. Samson turns around and goes, "Nah, sorry, pal, you've had yours."
Yeah, no, that's it.
I'm doing you a favour.
Fuck off, you cunt. If it wasn't for us...
then you walk out going, yeah, no, I was being a bit of a dick there,
Yeah, if it wasn't for us, you wouldn't even have a TV to watch. What are you on about? And you're like, oh, yeah, you're right, actually. And they're like, if people like you keep complaining, we're going to stop making them. Yeah, that's it. That's how he talks to people.
So wrong. So wrong.
But it just shows the strength of Trek, that people are so desperate to get these figures that they'll just kind of just go with it.
That's the thing, though. But when you look at other licenses and IPs, you kind of go, okay, there's even people who've made like knockoff versions of stuff, right? Unlicensed, all of that. When it comes to Trek, nothing. Like nothing at all. So you're fucked because you can't go anywhere else.
Yeah,
you're bollocks.
And that's why you just feels like he talks to people like pieces of shit, because we're like, where else are we going to do it? If you keep complaining, I'm going to stop making them. Okay.
It's quite childish in a way, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, carry on. We won't do it. So.
Yeah. Fuck you. It is hilarious. I do. But it's awful as well.
Yeah, I always want to know, like, if you really complain, I'll release every figure in the line apart from the last one. So watch yourself.
Yeah. Absolutely.
But when if it was like $14.99, like get what you pay for, sort of thing. Like, oh well, I bought that and it was 15 quid and the fucking head fell off. Like, well, I'm to blame. But like, we're putting it's not like it's a decent amount of money, isn't it?
Yeah, we're not picking these up in Aldi. Like, it's...
No. And he's all like, oh, we're not making any profit. And if I have to replace this, then, we're not viable anymore. It's like, you're not a charity case, mate. No one's going to feel sorry for you. You must be making...
very much your problem, mate. Very much your problem. Like, it's very much his problem. Like.
Yeah.
And if
like
he charges...
your business.
Yeah. But the thing is, if you're saying, I make no profit, make a fucking profit then. Yeah. I don't care. You're selling these so cheap compared to everyone else. Even if you try to have a fake 40 quid on the figure, you're still cheaper than everyone else. And you're still putting out the same similar quality to everyone else. So fucking make a profit. I don't care. At least you can then give me you can at least reply to an email.
Yeah,
it's a good start.
Yeah.
And he was going on about the molds and like, oh well we don't because I was thinking he was going to say like we get the figures out and then we just destroy them, just like boom. They're never making that again. And then they said something like, well, we'll keep them for a year before we destroy them. So it's like, yeah, we have got them. We could make you a new head sculpt, but we're not going to. You can fuck off. So yeah, it's just something else, to be honest. But shaking it up a bit, and then
it's just hilarious.
I bet you're really glad you're not a Star Trek fan.
So glad. I remember watching is Next Generation in like the early 90s. It was on TV. It was on Saturdays. I think it was
87 to 94. Yeah,
it's a good show. Good show. I remember as a kid like thinking some parts of this are hard to understand, but that's because it was actually written for adults. Really, it wasn't like it's not a childish show really. Then, but I think I'd appreciate it more if I went back to it. But no, and I see some of these figures. I'm like, oh yeah, I remember that guy. And then I see other figures going, that head sculpt ain't great because they're not all hits. They're definitely not all hits.
No.
I've been very lucky with the next.
With these three. With these three,
the Voyager ones are no. Like even the Wesley Crusher.
Yeah, that's questionable, mate.
It's very questionable. But I'd rather have it and then have to sort out a new head than not have it.
Yeah.
But that's the only one from next gen that I've gone. Ooh, what the fuck is that?
Yeah, because the Beverly looks good. So
Beverly always looked good.
Okay, so that's everyone's up and coming.
Immediately Google's Beverly.
Yeah. You like her. She's a ginge.
Yeah. All I'm saying is Beverly, Troy, workout. That's all you need to know. That's all you need to put into Google and you'll be good.
Interesting.
Yeah. Excellent.
So, on to new releases. So, yeah, obviously we've already talked about the Hot Toys due back. You're looking at the best part of $750 if you want the creature and the Sandtrooper Sergeant. Luckily, I already had a Sandtrooper, but you can see exactly what you mean there. Yeah, I mean that's badly posed. Those legs, they're like probably bolt straight. I mean, you could probably do a little bit of a knee bend to make that look a bit better.
How's it even walking? Because I assume the arm that's meant to be up is meant to be like in motion.
Yeah.
But does it do like both its left legs at once and both its right legs at once? Like it doesn't look like it's walking very naturally.
I don't know. How does a dog walk? I don't know.
Not the fuck like that.
I don't know, mate. I never really paid much attention, to be fair. And the original prop didn't move anyway. The only thing that moved was that leg and the head. So, it's screen accurate.
It's really weird posture for the trooper, though, isn't it?
Yeah. It's not posed well. It could definitely look better than that.
The more I see.
Yeah, now you've mentioned.
Yeah.
It's because when you think of someone riding a horse, there's like, the knees are bent, but this thing would be a lot wider than a horse. Like so, it was never there was never anyone on. So I think they didn't make a practical do-back. It was in the background, so it could have been a piece of cardboard just for all we know moved. So
they did. They had one with they did have one with a guy sitting on it, but you only saw it from like
a distance,
his waist up. His waist up. So, it was a bit of a mismatch. It's funny because when I first saw it, when they announced this, I was like, I don't remember there being any like hair on it. But it is there in the original shot, and it was to cover up seams between because they basically got a rhino skeleton for the body, and then a prosthetic tail and head, but there was some really bad seams, so they just covered them up with a bit of hair, I think. So, so that's with the open mouth sculpt, which I'll probably go.
I think it could be posed the way though. I think that could be posed better to make it look more natural.
Yeah, and I think that's its bad side, to be honest, where those two legs are really close together. If you have it the other way round, which is the way I'll have it, where the head's turned towards you and that up, it looks a lot better. This does look a bit awkward, I'll give you that, with those legs being close together. But yeah, I think he's going to have some real shelf presence.
Absolutely.
So I'm looking forward to unboxing him.
It looks like it knows something about you, and it's taking the piss.
It's doing a bit of side eye, like any good cat or dog gives you. You know, like you fucking twat, like that. like your cat the other day, Aaron. He's going, yeah, I'm chewing these biscuits. What are you going to do about it?
That cat, I could have smashed its face in. Imagine that if I just put that in the video, like, oh my god, he's actually lost it.
Grabbed it by the tail and just went whack against that wall behind you.
You get the clicks though.
Oh my god, he's
people be hate watching. Be on the news.
Yeah. It'd be a short run on YouTube, but
yeah, he done well.
A glorious ending.
And then he
went mental.
absolutely battered his cat. Yeah.
Yeah.
Normally that's on OnlyFans.
Well, we're going to have to OFAC Plus, like that CW's doing now. For
Yeah, I noticed that. Like a little bit extra.
Yeah, I don't know if we can watch it or not because I'm not a patron.
I don't know. I'd like to.
And just because we're hosts,
what
they
are they
don't
doing
automatically. I don't know, just talking more.
Mm.
I mean, as if they don't do enough.
Seems a bit weird to me,
yeah, they're already, Zach's already on there like 10 hours a week. I don't know why I'd want to look for anything extra to do, but
yeah, we're all living our lives like.
I don't know how he gets away with it.
I think he's actually started to merge with his computer.
Yeah.
You never see him from the waist down. I think he's just started melting into the computer, like a bit like Lawnmower Man. In the end, I think that's his end goal.
It's just AI now. It's not even him.
Yeah.
It's not even him. It's just
It's like Alexa's taken over.
The term Oxfather is taking on
Jim in the comments. He's broken his hymen.
That was the Dewback, not Zach. We don't.
Yeah. No, or Jack Sparrow, but
yeah. I'm assuming Zach's still got his.
Oh yeah, absolutely. His anal hymen.
His anum.
So yeah, this one's a figure that the Artisan Jack Sparrow came out last month, I think, or a few weeks ago. And again, there's been a lot of talk about this. Is it better than the DX15? Blah blah blah. How'd you find the hair and everything? I'm going to sit back on this one, guys. So, what do you think?
Couldn't give less of a shit. If I'm honest.
Hair and
I know I normally sit on the fence about stuff, but how many Jack Sparrows do we need? Are we just going back to? I feel like I'm fucking deja vu here. It feels like all we're doing is going back.
Yeah, there's been a lot of that. Yeah,
that were like 5 years ago, and I'm sitting there going, but we've done this multiple times. Like, why do we need? Because I couldn't tell them apart. I could not tell them apart if you put them all out on the table. I'd be like, no idea. Fuck knows. No idea. Not a clue. So yeah, fill your boots, but I can't be arsed with it.
I spoke about this on the Let's Get Nuts with Ben Thomas because I thought strikingly, or like it I think it looks great, but not a place for in my collection at all. It just wouldn't even fit. If you were just getting into this and you'd not experienced having 50 million Jack Sparrows before, whatever. What a great figure to be like, oh my god, this is why I'm doing this and this is why I'm buying these things because it looks great. But I think for everyone else that's been doing this for years now, I totally get what he's saying there. Like, we're just going round, aren't we?
You just eBay it. You just go, oh, that's what is Jack Sparrow. Oh fuck me, there's like 1 million of them at a quarter of the price. Like it's just...
I think the problem we've got is, and I think it's the in-art factor, and it's not a negative factor. It's great because I think that Hot Toys have kind of they've really taken on this challenge of the rooted hair, the real hair thing, and I think they've kind of gone back and gone, who can we do? And they've just written down like the characters they've done before, but that would they'd like to have a go doing the real hair. So you've got the Ledger Joker, the Black Widow, this guy. So I understand that he would jump out as being like, what are the top 10 figures that we want to try doing real hair on? So it makes sense from that point of view. I don't think anything else is any different or any better than the previous one. I've got the DX15, absolutely love it. I always find that it really comes across as sour grapes when anyone says, "Oh, I think the previous one looked better," or just because you haven't got this one. But I do prefer the sculpt on the DX, certainly on the neutral sculpt. I think the smirking sculpt is probably a little bit stronger on this new one, but I don't know what it is. The paint and the skin texture and everything, this one looks better because you're talking about another 5-6 years on from the last one, so those get better. But I don't know, the eyes are smart. I like I think I prefer the DX15 head sculpt. Everything else is pretty much the same. I think they
did the eyes pop out on this new one?
I don't know, mate.
Depends on how much money he's had.
Yeah. Don't own him, but and again, the price, and I think a lot of people have said, so you get the real hair, and you get I think the nicest thing is the bandana's material rather than sculpted plastic. But I've seen a lot of people saying actually they prefer. Then there was a plastic version came out as well, and a lot of people saying that they prefer that because the dreads sit closer to the body. The artisan one's quite poofy, kind of goes quite wide on the body, so it might not necessarily. Yeah, that doesn't look good.
No, he looks like he's from a fucking L'Oreal advert.
Yeah, yeah. So bullshit. There might be a bit too much hair going on there for it to really work, but again, I think it's a great figure, and if you haven't got any of the other ones, it's a good pickup. And obviously, if you go with the non-rooted, which has still got some hair applications, like the one I've got has, you've saved 200 quid on that, so it's probably worth getting for that. This one, I certainly didn't feel it was worth the upgrade for me, but
I only watched these figures. I only watched these movies during lockdown, and
for the first time.
Yeah, they didn't. Some of them were fun. I think I was over it by the third one.
Yeah, the first one's great, and
I watched them all, and there was an adventure. It was fun. I can't deny that they were easy, enjoyable, fun watches. But they're not a movie that I'm going to go, oh my God, you gotta see this. Johnny Depp is doing exactly what he does the last few decades. The thing he's built a career on, being kooky and weird, which is great and all that, but like give me Edward Scissorhands any day of the week over any of these movies. So it's hard for me to get excited about this when the movies did very little for me. But I do think it looks great. I haven't had a good look at the DX. What was it, 15 and the DX
15? Yeah.
Six before that.
Yeah, that's the original one. Yeah. Well, they did do one before that as well, but yeah, 06 was the best.
Yeah. So I think it's kind of like what Aaron said. Like if you're new to the scene and you're just only in this for a year or two or a few years, and you didn't want to go back and get the DX15 or whatever, and you see this and you join the queue and you get it. It definitely looks like him. I like the touch with the material bandana. I love the look with I love figures that have a lot of accessories.
He's certainly got a lot of accessories.
Yeah, but you can pose with the accessories and it doesn't look like you're just trying to pose it with a bunch of accessories.
To use them all.
So,
yeah.
Like when you see these things on. This is going to sound so gatekeepery, but I'm going for it. You see something on Facebook and someone's new enthusiastic and they're like, oh my God, check out a new figure. It's great. And they've got him posed like a Lego man with two guns that he wouldn't really be, He didn't pose like that in the movie or the TV show, and it didn't make sense to hold them together. I know. I kind of. It just.
I call it the hot fuzz pose.
Yeah.
Lego Man, everything strapped on.
John Wick.
Like
yeah.
Whereas this guy, you can, like, by default, he's got like anything from beads in the hair to buckles and belts and different layers, and it looks there. That's just the way he was. And in fairness, like, you have to tip the hat to Hot Toys and go, sorry, it does look great. But I get what you're saying. There's probably a marginal difference, I do think this looks better than the previous versions, but I don't think it's like, wow, it's night and day. I think that phrase "night and day" gets overused. Like,
it does.
Night and day suggests they're opposites. Just one is shit and one is great. Whereas, like, this is like one might be 75% or 80%, and this is like, say 90 plus or something like that. It does look great.
This is like night and dusk.
Yeah. That's I like that. But I ordered the DX46 Battle Damage T800 2.0, and I have the DX13, and I know I know what I'm signing up for.
Yeah.
Like, I do think it'll be a better figure, but I know I'm not expecting the head sculpt to be like way better, because that head sculpt's one of the best they've ever done, and it still holds up and it looks incredible. But like, if the head sculpt is a few percent better, and the real leather 2 coats and the pants are tailored as good as the existing version, and for me it'll be worth it because I love Terminator. So there's someone else out there who's going, no, I have to get this because it's a bit better, and I get that. That.
There's a lot of chat going on. So that was something I was going to mention and I forgot. There's been a bit of a bit of downgrading. So whilst everything, the head sculpt and everything has been redone, and probably a lot of the clothes are the same. It's a plastic sword. It was a die-cast sword on the last one.
No.
So why?
Deadpool.
When you're charging, like Deadpool, So just between Jim and Deadpool, Deadpool 2 definitely came with metal katanas. Deadpool 3, Deadpool Wolverine has got plastic ones. Looks wise, it's not a problem, but I just like the fact that at least with the die-cast ones, they're not gonna break. Whereas swords are a little bit, you catch that wrong, you're going to snap that blade off.
Something sliding in and out of a sheath as well, like scratch.
Yeah.
Scratch.
Suits you, sir. Oh.
Do you like that, sir? Out the sheath, Sergio. It's going to scratch the plastic at some point.
Yeah. So I don't understand why they do that. You've paid £500. Everything's great, lovely, but why have they downgraded that sword? I think that
realise every single American that's watching this has just gone, "What the fuck was that about?"
Yeah, well, that's good.
No idea about the Far Show reference at all.
If they can learn a bit of culture while they're watching,
I remember the Far Show.
Good. A cultural, we're teaching.
Brilliant.
We're teaching.
Yeah, you got to lube your sheath. Otherwise, you will scratch it.
Is that where the groundskeeper used
to
walk up to people and go, I killed a man once. And then people would just look at him and goes, I'm not proud of it. I'm not ashamed of it either. Just something I had to do. And he just walks on. It's like, that used to crack me up.
Great stuff on that.
Our show's fucking brilliant.
The drainage in the lower fields, sir. Far Show, brilliant. If you are watching in America and you're not aware of the Far Show, check it out. Find it somewhere. Brilliant.
Probably wouldn't make it to TV today.
No.
All the more reason to watch it.
No.
I mean, we bought a Jack Sparrow and it was very drunk. You'll never get that anymore.
Yeah.
Never get it.
Over the Christmas, I rewatched a few episodes of Little Britain, and
I did that. Watched it with
brilliant.
You wouldn't get away with any of it, would you?
Yeah. Jesus, I was like, oh my god, how was this? Well, it just wouldn't go anywhere now, would it?
No, you wouldn't even get it off
Call me Bubbles, darling.
At the drawing board. Yeah. This one might be a bit of a nothing sandwich for most of us, I think. So feel free to not say anything if you don't want to. This is it Captain Enoch, not Eunuch? Enoch from Ahsoka. He's basically a stormtrooper with a face. I don't understand why. It's not for me. He looks really unhappy in that middle picture, doesn't he? Like,
not once did they explain it. It was like that. That's Enoch, whatever we want to call him. He's got a face. Yeah, don't mention that. Go, don't.
Yeah,
we don't talk about that.
It doesn't. He's not going to do anything.
I like it. And what I like about it is that all of Thrawn's stormtroopers, everything, they're in the arse end of nowhere, and they're like, right, we have to fix our gear. What can we do? What can we use? Gold. What? Gold? Yep.
Gold and some red ribbon.
Gold and red ribbon. That's what we want. And you're like, should we maybe, I don't know, maybe something that's not a precious metal that's going to be far more labour intensive to actually do than, could we maybe just go without it? Nope.
No, we need to send a message.
Gold.
It's like, is it a bit soft for armour?
Fine.
Yeah.
How are we going to attach it? That's the red ribbon. That's where that comes in. We just tie it together. Job done. What more do you want? Fucking red ribbon and gold. And no one questions it. And if you're the fucker who has to do all these repairs, and then this prick comes along and goes, I don't want a normal mask.
I want a face, a grumpy face.
Make a face out of gold that makes it look like I've just smelt something I don't like. That's what I want. That's what I want.
You got it.
Fair enough. Fair play. Fair enough. Thorn knows what he likes.
Yeah. Anyone got anything to say?
It's just really bizarre, isn't it?
Yeah.
It just looks really bizarre.
Anyway, do you know what? Have you got some gold left? I'll have some on the blaster. Yeah, takes the piss.
Only if you've got some left over, though.
Yeah.
Maybe he is so pissed off because he is a eunuch.
Yeah, it could be.
It's also it also gives a bit of Tutankhamun vibes as well, like an Egyptian sort of. I don't know. It's just such a weird. I don't know. It's just fucking weird, isn't it?
Just go remember in space, don't we?
Yeah,
I think maybe
I like
they
gold.
Is it possible that the costume design team saw the story and script beforehand and were like, yeah, we need something fucking distracting?
There you go. JB said, based on the Japanese repair method. Yep, that makes perfect sense until you're stranded in the middle of nowhere.
It's something to do with the cracked. Is it like these ornaments they break and put them back together and they keep the cracks? And
it is.
There's something. I presume it looks good in the ornaments, whatever.
But this one, he's lost the whole front of that, and they've gone. Have we got any spare helmets? It's just be easier to get a spare helmet, and it's no, I want this one. There's no face left in it.
I was told before.
Give me the gold.
I don't know how true this is. This could be complete nonsense, but I bought a new snowboarding helmet and I years ago, and I just one day.
Do you repair it with gold?
No, it's going somewhere. I just dropped it. I just dropped it one day and it hit, and I picked it up and I was like, oh, it's fine. And so I don't know if someone was fucking me or what. They said, yeah, I read that if you they're only good for one actual crash, because when you hit the helmet off the snow or whatever hard enough, it causes tiny little micro fractures, but the thing's made out of foam. I think the guy might have been absolutely messing with me, but it also
no, it's true. They
crazy
say
thing
about bike helmets and crash helmets and stuff like hard hats and stuff that one back. That's about it.
So these cracks, this armor would do very little then. But
very little.
I mean, I remember when I was a kid on my BMX and you had those plastic mag wheels. People used to say, if you snapped one, put it in the freezer, it'll fucking mend it. No, it bloody won't. Put it in the freezer.
Just putting his armor in the freezer. Open the...
Are the same people saying things on Facebook about 5G? I just wonder.
Yeah, this is 40 years ago, mate. This is well before that. Well ahead of their time. Yeah, put them in the freezer. As if you. Yeah, who's got a freezer that could fit like a BMX wheel in anyway?
Coming home with the freezer's open. What are you doing? I'll break this out here.
jamming it in.
They saw it on Biker Grove.
That always stayed with me, that one. Hilarious.
Yeah.
Oh, God. Imagine if you didn't know that someone had put it in the freezer and you've gone to make I'll just have something out of the freezer for dinner tonight. You open that up. Oh.
There's nothing in there. Where's all the food?
All BMX fucking... What? Why is that in there? He's putting bits of his BMX in
BMX magwheel repair based on the repair made by Captain
Burns. BMX bits in the freezer. Right, fuck off.
Your parents like we need to talk about Pete.
Yeah. We've got names for stuff like that now. Pete just would have been odd back in the day. Like now.
Yeah, a bit backward.
He's putting BMXs in the freezer. He's killing small animals. Like
that wasn't me. That was that's Aaron. Yeah. I didn't take a crossbow into a school gym though, so I towed the line there. So another Hot Toys release, the Across the Spider-Verse Miles Morales. I think it looks really cool actually, especially in his like street gear. I think it looks great. It's obviously really well layered. It doesn't look like it's. And I know the jacket's like a puffer jacket thing, but it all looks like it lays really well, and it's all over that suit as well. So it's pretty cool. I mean, a lot of people moaning that he hasn't got the Nike swooshes on the boots, but you can deal with that. You can get transfers if you're that bothered.
I think customs. Get them custom.
Yeah. But what do you guys think? I think it looks really. It's not for me. It's not for my collection, but I do really like it. I think it's cool.
Yeah, two great movies, man. Two great movies, and I this is one that remember earlier on, like you were talking about the Dewback, and I was talking about like say the 4-pack and the 89 Jazzing, and they're I know they're big purchases, like they're all big purchases, but it's like passing on so much stuff like this here that I did like the movie. I do think it's a definitely a high point in pop culture. It did, like I don't think we would have got No Way Home if Into Spider-Verse hadn't kind of laid the groundwork for the multiverse.
Yeah.
And I love figures like this with a lot of layering, and I just think the civilian looks incredible. And I want it. But this is where I'm gonna go. Okay, rein it in.
yeah.
There's probably a dozen things that will drop this year that you will be more connected to. But I really like this, man. I'm tempted, man, but I'd have to.
Yeah,
he's very good.
It's one of those ones where I might pick him up in a year or two if that one comes up for a bargain. Just have him as like it's probably the one figure that my wife wouldn't mind having in the lounge, because she really loves Spider-Verse. She loves Miles Morales and the kind of what he stands for and stuff. So I'd probably get away with this one in the lounge. So I might pick him up one day, but as you say, for now, I won't be going for it at the moment. What do you think, Aaron?
Portions are really good. Really like it.
Just same as you, Pete. To be honest, looks great. I think the just the street clothing alone, looks really, really good. But doesn't fit what I'm doing. But no, I wouldn't have any issues if someone said I'm getting that. I'd be like,
Do you know how old we all sound now? With the street clothing. It's not like his normal clothes. We're like, the street clothing.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it is that kind of street look. Like he's not currently like working as an accountant. Like, you know what I
mean?
No. Living on the street.
It's his outdoor clothes when that isn't a Spider-Man suit.
Yeah.
But I think it's a great looking figure. Here you go. So, Jane, you talked about you'd rather have an Edward Scissorhands figure. So, this is the Present Toys Scissorhands. Edward Scissorhands that's just released. I think it looks great, and compared to the hair that was shown in this on the right hand side for the Sensation, which looks like fucking Bonnie Tyler or what's the one from EastEnders? That's in Doctor Who now. Can't think of her name, but the. Anyway, but there's a decent picture here, courtesy of he was going up under Joshua Gaia, but it changed it now. Joshua Calvin, his Seller Toys and video. You can find him on Facebook and stuff. Great collection. He's got this amazing like underground basement, obviously in America.
Oh, I've seen it.
He's got like 60 Detoffs and brilliant collection. And so he's kind of I think, to be honest, this is how the hair is coming out of the box. I think they've done a really good job. A lot of people preferring the sort of the civvy clothes look, which I suppose it's a tough one, isn't it? Because you're covering up all that really great suit and everything. I think I'd have him posed kind of without the shirt and trousers. But what do you guys think? I think it's really good. I was sort of quite tempted to pull the trigger on this because they still had him available on 1/6 kit. But then I thought, well, what am I going to put him with? You know, he's going to be very much like a standalone and always teeter on the edge of that chopping block, like the Sweeney Todd that we talked about last time. So,
yeah, I really like him. Really like him. Like it's, but like you say, it being a one and done, it's a bit like, well, where am I going to put it? What am I going to do? Where, you know, but I like it. It's good.
Would you consider picking him up, Shane?
No. Like even I don't even think if there was a really, really, really good licensed one, I'd consider picking him up. It's a movie which I like, and I just, you know, whether you watch it on Christmas or Halloween or whatever, and it's just a really, really good movie, but it's not something that I'd feel the need for collector no matter how good it was. So, but yeah, just I think that look with the shirt actually looks pretty good.
Yeah. Anita Dobson was who I was thinking, or her husband Brian May, either would do for that picture on the right.
Oh,
but obviously the production one looks a lot better, head sculpt and hair, I think so. I've not watched the film for a long time. I seem to remember it's not one of my favourite Tim Burton's, but I think it was, you know, it's a decent movie. But yeah, I just wouldn't. And I think there was it Art Toys bought one out previously, and I think there's like things that are better on, and obviously you had the original Hot Toys one. I don't think there's anything on that that's better than these current ones, but I think people are saying that the Art Toys ones, the hands are better and stuff. So like, if you want the ultimate one, you've got to buy both and kind of do you know, then you're looking at £400. So you've really got to love the figure to go that far. It is, niche, yeah, yeah, absolutely. But so where's my? Oh, I've gone. Where's my slide? Sorry. So I'm just going to jump forward to this bit before we go into like the other new releases. So it got me thinking. So Present Toys. So I wanted to look at kind of where we are, because a lot of people are very sort of criticising Present Toys. They put a lot of pre-orders out, and then they're a bit random, sporadic with their releases. So I thought I'd have a little look to see where we are, kind of thing. So that was SP52, Edward Scissorhands, and that was the. So I thought I'd look at everything that's been announced, released after that. And there was like a couple of glaring things, and my interest is the Ghostbusters, because I did pre-order the 4 Ghostbusters from Present Toys. I had the Blitzways originally. I think you had one of them. You had my Ray Stans, didn't you, Ian? And then you sold it on. They were okay. They got stupid money. I sold them on. They were going for stupid money. They weren't. The head sculpts weren't great. They were a bit oversized. They were too big. Yeah. So I thought I'd go for the Present Toys one. I thought they looked alright. They all come with 2 head sculpts. One's like an animated one that looks a bit goofy, but I didn't mind the neutral sculpts. I didn't think they were any worse than the Blitzway ones, to be fair. So I did pre-order them all with kit. Now, if you have a look, so Venkman and Zedmore were meant to come out Q1 2024. So they're now a year late. So on the other side, I put it into order. So all the green ones released, but obviously you see there's a couple here that are, were announced a lot later. Mainly the Batman motorcycle clothing. So obviously that's a bit easier to get out early because it's just clothing. But yeah, those two Ghostbusters glaringly are well behind. They've got a load that were due for Q3 2024 as well. The X-Men, Magneto, Cyclops, the Morpheus, and then the Tech Noir Terminator, which obviously they're sort of redoing the Hot Toys ones from a long time ago. Then you're into Stans and Spengler, the Future Warrior again, fantastic name for a figure. So that's the police shootout one. So I've got that on pre-order as well. Link and stuff. So you don't really see a lot of communication from Present Toys. The figures just come out and people have sort of forgotten that they've pre-ordered them and stuff like that. And sometimes they come out great, like that Edward Scissorhands. But yeah, I've got no idea what's happening with Ghostbusters. Are they coming out, or are they, it's just odd really.
Weird, isn't it?
Yeah. So the Q3 ones, that's fine. We're only in Q1 2025, so that you'd expect them to slip. But yeah, the two Ghostbusters there, and obviously the other two, the second two were due Q4. So yeah, I don't know. I'd like to know if anyone's heard anything about whether they cancelled them or not. I don't know. Bit annoying, really. Yeah, I'll probably end up getting the Future Warrior again before the Ghostbusters, but yeah, who knows? And also, Mars Toys, where is Willy Wonka? Come on. He was due out middle of last year. They showed like a new sculpt, I think, and that's gone quiet. I really want my Willy Wonka figure as well. So, yeah, it's just a something to muse on. Okay, so we've got
kind of common. It's kind of common, isn't it? With like So and Present Toys, and maybe they're the same. I don't know, but they put these announcements up, and people get really hyped, and then you don't hear about them for like 3 years.
Yeah,
for a long
it's funny
time,
as well because So teams have gone really quiet, haven't they? They were really up there. They were massive, and now Mars Toys, Present Toys seem to be. I don't know. I don't hear anything. I haven't seen a PO for So Toys for quite some time. I don't think. They're really out there, weren't they? Of the third parties for a while, but I think Mars is definitely at the top there with their Batman, Joker, and Riddler, and Alfred and stuff. Some good stuff there. But so yeah, pre-orders. Not only a few. Rain Carradine from Alien Romulus. Anyone interested? I know. No.
It's on Disney
it's
Plus
okay.
now, but I've not had a chance to watch it.
It's okay. It's not going to blow you away. It's okay. I think I'm not interested in the figure. And I know, like Shane's view on it is, he's hoping that they'll bring some classic Alien or Alien stuff out.
I think that's going to happen.
Seems weird that they haven't. Like all the like hundreds of Jack Sparrows, no Alien stuff. It just
Why have they not redone the Colonial Marines? Those things are like 20 years old. People would lap them up.
Oh yeah,
if they're going back to figures they've done before and giving them the artisan treatment, like a Ripley from 1 or 2, they badly need an update, and they could do.
And they did tease her, didn't they? And the power loader years ago.
Well, they did. Yeah, but even then, like that kind of looks. They actually put it out. They did put out. They actually have a Ripley with power loader.
Oh, I own it, but it's really old though. But they did show new versions of them about 5 years ago, but nothing ever. They never announced them for.
And
release.
even no matter what that looked like what they were doing 5 years ago now and what they're capable of doing now is even.
Absolutely. And there's so much money there. People would kill for them. So it's weird, and maybe they haven't got the license. I don't know. You get an Alien license. Is it for all of it, or is it like per movie, stuff like that? It appears that nobody else has come out and said, Inart's not come out and said, "Oh, we've got the Alien license" or anything like that. So it is a bit of a void. Aaron
there would probably kill his cat like live on stream
for some Colonial Marines. Yeah.
I would do.
Yeah, I mean,
I would do.
Yeah, the cat's like trembling in the corner, going, "Please, Hot Toys, don't."
No hesitation.
She's sleeping in her bed at the moment, but she don't know what she's got coming to her.
I've got a couple of the old. Well, I've got the armor from the old Colonial Marines, and it's fantastic stuff, and it really stands up. And that was back in the day where the figures all came in separate bits, and you had to kind of build them. But Feisty body, custom sculpt, they still look fantastic. So even if they did nothing to that armor, obviously the paint jobs would be a lot better now. They'd still be brilliant because they're brilliant, they're really good quality. So I'd love to see it because nobody's ever really, and I don't expect them to bring out all of the Colonial Marines. We bring out a Hicks and Ripley, and then Newt, brilliant, and that'll do. That'd be great. So, have you seen the film, Aaron Romulus?
I actually haven't, Pete. Actually, I was just sat there thinking that. Then I haven't seen it. Need to. But yeah, just one of those ones that's just a list of need to check that out. But
yeah, it's decent, and then now it's on Disney Plus. It's free. It's worth a watch, I would say. But
everyone else with it's sort of branching from that sort of conversation just there. Like before I became a dad, I used to watch fucking everything. Now my time, I'm so protective of my free time. The moment I think like that, I'm like, yeah, but I want to enjoy it though. If I'm going to put 2 hours into this in an evening, so then I end up just watching RoboCop again for 15 millionth time ever, because at least I know at the end of it I'm going to go, yeah, I like that.
And that is the correct thing to do.
Yeah, well, so there's so much stuff. I say I'm into all of this stuff, but there's some things I haven't watched, and everyone says, "Oh, you need to watch that." It's like, yeah, but I just don't have the time. When I do that free time, it needs to be productive to myself.
By the time you put the kids to bed and you've sorted stuff out and you're tied up, and it's 10 o'clock, and it's too late to start a movie. I don't want to watch it in 2 parts, and you just keep putting them off, don't you?
Yeah, and then if you do watch it, you actually commit yourself and go, right, I'm going to watch it. And you watch it and you go, oh, well, that was shit. And then, I should have watched RoboCop again.
Yeah, I've been better off watching that thing that I'd watched before and know I like.
Yeah.
But RoboCop is such a good film.
Oh, mate,
I grew up on that in the 80s. I watched it when I was too young to watch it, and I've loved it ever since.
It's just so good.
Yeah.
Watching that when you were too young was crazy.
Spectacular violence for, at a young age.
I was born 1990, and so I missed that. Yeah. 1990, and yet I remember watching that when I was I don't know, 7, 8.
Yeah.
And Mum and Dad were fine with that. But RoboCop 2 was out that do you know what I mean? And then fine. Great.
And that was all drugs and stuff, wasn't it? That one. That was
and they cut that guy open.
Oh yeah. Yeah, that bit when he's cutting him, cuts him right down the middle, doesn't he?
Do you know what's funny about RoboCop 2 though? I think RoboCop 2 is a good movie too. Obviously I prefer the original, but do you know it was almost like Terminator where I'm pretty sure RoboCop 2 came out. Did RoboCop 2 come out after Terminator 2?
Came out after the first one, the first RoboCop,
Right, okay, then my point's kind of maybe redundant. My point is redundant then.
Sorry.
No,
sorry,
did
Shane,
RoboCop 2 come out? No, sorry.
Yeah, I know what you said.
Did RoboCop 2 come out after T2? I need to fact check myself.
No, I think it was the year before. I think it was 90,
right,
and then T2 was 91.
Because, like, okay, then I'm just going to repackage what I was going to say. I think Terminator 2 did the kid better. Like, John Connor is more of an interesting, likable character than your man who's shit.
Ian, if it make...
Did you ever play on Mega Drive RoboCop versus Terminator or Terminator versus RoboCop? Fucking amazing!
Brilliant!
Absolutely amazing!
So good.
So
they're doing a lot of remakes. Fucking HD remake that. I'd be all over that.
Yeah, I sunk hours into that fucking.
I love the original RoboCop game. Those ocean games were fantastic.
Oh yeah.
Your move, creep. But like really like 8-bit digitized kind of brilliant.
Do you remember Batman, the '89 Batman game? That was the same.
That was great. Exactly. And you had the driving ones with the little grappling things go in the corner.
Grappling
great.
Yeah.
One of the very few, the decent movie adaptations were few and far between, but there were some really good ones. Ian, if it makes you feel any better, mate, I am 66 days away from 50. So,
fuck's sake,
don't you worry.
I'm sitting.
I think everyone's looking great their age.
In the '90s.
Yeah.
Fuck right off.
When you said Mega Drive, I was like, oh, you're going to have to draw this guy a diagram.
I know. Yeah. I was like, he ain't gonna get this. He's gonna call something like a GameCube retro in a minute. Like this is
well, legitimately, I was in a conversation with one of my colleagues at work who's 24. Trying to describe a VHS to me. Like one of those, like a rectangle, like a black rectangle thing. And it took a while. And I was like, you've got no idea what that is, have you? And it was just, it was really weird. Like,
I used to have to give people inductions when they came onto site. And I'd have to get their ID off them and do all of that. And I'd get it. And they go, and their birth date was like fucking 95 or something. And I was like, nah, fuck off. Like, what? I'm like, no. I can't. How am I? You're a child. I can't let you on a site. And I'm like, this is fucking mental. This is ridiculous. Like, are you having a laugh?
It's even worse since I was born in the 2000s. You're like, what the fuck? What?
It physically makes me sick.
Yeah.
And then it's like, when you're
angry.
I find, like, say, teaching now, and I'd be on the verge of saying something like, be trying to describe something in science.
Oh, is he frozen?
Either that was a really good joke.
Yeah,
right at the wrong minute.
Either that, or he's thinking really hard about what he's going to say. Shay, come back.
That is a fantastic place to.
So are we back now? Are we?
Yeah, you're back. You're back now.
Just started to take a photo of it.
What I was saying is that, like,
and you went.
Yeah.
Sorry, what I was saying is, like, that sometimes I'll be teaching, I'll be, for whatever reason, have to reference some, like, cultural event to get my point across, and I'll be like, yeah, you remember where you were, for 9/11. Like,
and no, they don't. No.
They learned about that in the history books.
Yeah.
That's the reality of it. Like,
yeah,
mad.
You have to check yourself and go, do you know, I'm not even going to bother saying that because you won't have a clue.
Guys, I got a split. But I'll watch the rest of this tomorrow on the replay. But thanks for the invite. And
no worries, mate. Great to
anytime, mate. Have a good one.
Always good to have you on, mate.
On the Hope Show on Monday night, Aaron, just hit me up on Instagram.
I need to get on there, mate. I need to smash that.
I
actually
was talking to Aaron, but you just fucking walk right in there, don't you?
Do you know what? Pete, I was polite on that one because I thought I've never got a fucking invite, but fine, not a problem. Not a problem.
Apparently, I've got an open invite. I'm just always busy on a Monday night. So
fuck the pair of you then.
I'm just gonna wonder, like, how long will I get away with just not acknowledging Ian's comment? You have open invites. You have open invites.
Fine.
Look, just let us know if it ever suits you to come on. Like, I know Monday sometimes doesn't suit you, Pete, but you seem to be
I
very
would
confident
try
with those movie questions. So,
mate, I just told you that off the cuff, 1990 RoboCop 2, 91 T2. So I've demonstrated it here.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I'm telling you, the boys better watch out, guys. We'll see you.
Yeah. See you, mate.
Cheers, mate.
Right, see you. Bye.
Yeah, I had one guy. I was telling him we were talking about Only Fools and Horses, and he was in his like 20s, and he's just going, I don't know what that is. I've never wanted to fucking backhand someone so hard in my life. I was like, what? I almost sent him home for the day. I'm like, you just need to do some homework, mate.
Yeah, go and ask your dad. Go and ask your dad about Only Fools and Horses.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then we'll talk.
Don't come back in here until you've watched it, right?
Yeah, until you truly understand. Like, I all I did was I just kept screaming at him, moved Rachel till we left, and he didn't get it. It was just fucking. Anyway,
right, this next one looks up your street, mate.
Well, you know. How about new? I can't. I fucking can't. This is the weirdest thing Hot Toys have done, right? Because I remember at one point when if you even sent Sideshow an email, they would send you one of their versions of this for free. Like no one was sitting around going, do you know what? I want a new Darth Magnus. No one.
I don't even know who he is.
He's from Knights of the Old. Well, he's not from Knights of the Old Republic. They're really decent games. He's from the online game a few years later. But like, objectively, cool looking figure. I just don't give a shit. And like, it's if by now, if you haven't got one of these, and you want one of these, there's something wrong with you because you can get the Sideshow version for years now. And all right, it's Sideshow, all that bollocks, but this is 280 quid. Not happening. Not fucking happening. No chance.
Was this the guy that was hiding in the cave in the Acolyte?
No.
Who the fuck was that?
Plagueis.
Okay.
That was meant to be, and that wasn't enough to save that program.
Yeah,
that was him skulking in the cave for whatever reason.
Yeah,
Plagueis.
Yeah,
Plagueis,
unfathomable. Sorry. Yeah, is he cool? I don't know.
Plagueis. Yeah. He's a very big deal. He's the guy.
He's a very long face by the looks of him.
Yeah, he's the guy who trained Palpatine. So he's Palpatine.
Fair enough. You buy him then, would you?
100%. If you get a chance, I can't remember the name of the book, but I've got it upstairs, and it's all around how Palps was turned to the dark side and how Plagueis did it.
See, the thing with me and books, mate, it's a bit like Aaron with his watching stuff now. Since I've been a dad, I just don't read anymore. Don't have time for it.
Audio books
on
the way in, on the drive in, that's how you do it. But do you know when? Do you know when Sidious is sitting and he goes? He says that line about I can't even remember it now. I'm fucking tired. Do you know when he goes pathway to powers that people find? Remember all that bollocks. He's talking about his old master. So that's the guy he's talking about. But yeah, but this no.
I guess a no from you too, Aaron.
See, this was on the.
He's just a baby. He doesn't know, Pete. He doesn't know.
Yeah. I'm just really young. This was on the Ben Thomas one, and I played the Old Republic, and I know, and I saw it, and I was like, actually, I do quite like this, but again, it was just like I don't know where it would fit with what I've already got. I just think it looked odd in the end, like just on his own with the rest of the Star Wars stuff I've got. It just, I wouldn't get it myself at all. But I think it looks right. I think it looks okay.
He's a man that I knew would be all over this.
Yeah, I just can't. Do
it. Lane, I know you're. I think you've got the. Who's that guy? Other one that's just released. The one that you like, Revan. I know you unboxed him and liked him, so yeah. I suppose they'll work together on the shelf, but I couldn't give a shit.
No, this fucker's not in the same league as Revan. That's terrible, Pete. No, you don't do that.
Okay,
Revan's
I'm sorry.
a whole different level of cool than that.
I don't know who any of them are, and I don't care. But yeah, fair enough. I will bow to your wisdom on this one. That's why I said over to you. Not that you necessarily want to buy it, just because you might have a clue who he was. So Winter Soldier Artisan Edition, which is the cover star of tonight's show. What is it that you like about him, Ian?
I think actually pound for pound, this is great value. I think if this is easily 600 quid, I'd pay for it. The amount of plastic that's gone into that forehead, worth every single penny.
So I heard that they sculpted it out of gold and then painted over the top.
What I heard was one of the reasons why we're not getting a sculpted hair version of this is they used up all the plastic on these foreheads. They have left for the sculpted version.
We're going to have to root them all.
One of the excuses. We've used all the plastic up.
Yeah.
Got a big bag of hair here, though.
Yeah. One of them did say if you put it in the freezer, suddenly the sculpted hair all comes back.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Same bloke who kept saying about BMXs.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah.
It comes out looking like sculpted, and then about an hour later, it just goes.
Just doesn't look anything like it. Yeah. Terrible in the
end. This is my problem with some of the artisan stuff. Is like the old versions of this are fine. Like this isn't something that's to me screamed out an artisan version. But Hot Toys, for whatever reason, and I've said this for donkey's years, and they normally do it with any figure that's wearing anything on their forehead, like a crown or anything like that.
Yeah, they give you the right amount of forehead, but like adding it in, like chopping it, moving it up.
Yeah.
Not covering up the forehead. Yeah, we're going to give you the same amount of forehead, and then you've still got they've done it. Wonder Woman,
all the Scarlet Witches, anything like that. So it's like, okay, like, it's mental. And it's like at some point they were going to add in that on this, and they just went, no, we'll just give it a fucking great forehead.
Yeah. Do you know what I think is even worse than the forehead? I get that's like the key point. This arm, right? So the arm. They give you three. They give you three pre-posed arms. That's fine if they're metal, because you can't. It's difficult. Yeah. You can articulate metal. They've done it with Iron Man, but it wouldn't be seamless. But it's plastic, so just articulate it. Why have you got plastic arms that are pre-posed like that?
See, I wouldn't mind. Like I said, if they were metal. If you're going to say an artisan edition, and this is the best version we've ever done, and this is fantastic, then give me 3 metal arms.
It's got to have a metal arm.
It's not unreasonable.
Yeah. People are like, he'd fall over. Just put a bit of extra plastic on that side of his forehead to counterbalance the metal.
You don't even have to. Just make him look to the left. And he's fine. He'll just be going like that, and he'll be absolutely fine.
Yeah, give him lead eyes, and then move the eyes to the opposite side of the arm, and that'll.
In fact, they've got it on a scale at the end, like right. Oh fuck! No, that's too. That's.
Yeah.
Put more plastic on the forehead.
Make the ear slightly bigger on the other side.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that. Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Yeah,
again,
a chart.
Shitty cop out. If that came with a metal arm, you could probably justify the 500 quid or whatever this is going to be. But no, I don't even like him as a character. I've no interest in him whatsoever.
I'm with you, Pete, on that.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, like the sculpts. If you go like that and you cover up his giant fucking forehead. The face is really good. I think it looks just like him. but when you go like that and start lifting, like if I suddenly went like that and I went, yeah, look, bottom looks like me, and I just kept lifting my head up, my hand, and it just forehead kept going.
Carried on going.
Yeah, like. And you go,
well, yours does, mate. You've already explained that. Yours goes all the way to the back.
Like that. But like, it'd be like me if I just put a little wig.
But what you could do also, you could get this guy, trim the hair, dye it orange, and you've got Trump. Because this guy's up for an Oscar for playing Trump in that film, isn't
he? Is he?
Yeah.
So, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he's Home Alone 2 days.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah. Home Alone 2, Aaron, was a film that came out probably before
1992, so he was alive.
You were very, very young at the time.
I was in the world.
Yeah.
You were.
Yeah. Similar, I'd imagine similar to Home Alone 1, though. Gets left at home.
No, not at all. It's completely different. They're on location, mate. He's lost in New York.
Yeah.
Still lost.
So, how he was never taken away from his parents, I will never know. But
after the first one, yeah, they let that slide. But the second time, they should have been put in prison.
It was the 90s, and all I can say is the size of that house, the dad is up to no good.
Yeah.
Right. No one's taking his kids away. He was doing a Walter White years before Walter White.
Have you actually seen that house went up for sale recently?
I was just about to say that
came out probably before you were born too.
No. Anyway, I watched a video where there was that house was for sale, and it's incredible, and it has got an underground full-size basketball court under it. It's fucking amazing. You go down to the first basement level, and it's got a massive home cinema and everything. You go down another set of stairs, and they've dug out like a 40-foot high basketball court, full size, and you're like, what? Unbelievable.
Because the inside of the house isn't the inside of the house from the film.
No,
they did that was in a school fucking gymnasium or something, weren't it? And they just used that for the outside.
See if you can find it. It blew my mind when they went, and this is not the best thing. You went down another stairs, and they're crazy. What
3 masturbatoriums, a basketball court. It's mental.
Yeah, all of that. I haven't got very much to say about this. So, apparently, the first episode of this dropped on Disney Plus today. I have no interest in watching it.
I'm gonna watch it just see if it's as bad as it looks.
See if this figure looks anything like it.
Well, just the program in general. But I know, look, it's one of those things. I'm not the target audience anymore. Younger children are. Like Aaron, you'll love it. It's fine.
Yeah, you'd think I would, and
absolutely love it. Bright colours, everything. It's really good.
IKEA Spider. Yeah, I mean, just if you're just listening on the part, this is the Hono Studios friendly neighborhood Spider-Man. It's bad. It's a mismatch. He's got his pajamas on. He's got some canister of something. What's he using in there to make his webs? He's a teenage boy.
They're bendable.
Yeah.
Swappable eyes, just like in art. So
he looks like, I don't know. This is gonna sound really harsh now, but it just looks like he's got like a few needs. Like, it's just that friendly neighborhood Spider-Man. It's just that one.
Yeah.
It's stroke.
You're all right, mate. You're all right, mate. How you doing? How you doing? Yeah, I'm good. Yeah.
It's the one that thinks Spider-Man.
Like that.
Just go along with, just humour him because he does this.
And draw a dick on his backpack.
I'm Spider-Man and I like to swing
jumping around.
Mate.
You're like, wow, man, that was a really big one.
Do you know, like in the office, going, parkour, be like that. Spider-Man. Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Spider-Man.
He's doing the sounds as he's jumping around.
Yeah.
He's spraying water out of that of his wrist. I like him now. Right. I'm liking him now.
Yeah, I might get him now.
Yeah.
Well, I'll get him.
Fuck you know.
No, the first thing I thought of was just looks special, isn't he?
Yeah.
Like,
He is. Bless him.
I mean,
well done, mate.
but look, the whole point is like the homemade suits. They're meant to look a bit shit.
Yeah.
But every homemade suit they've ever launched, they've ever bought out, has always gone bargain bin within less than a year. The only other Spider-Man suit that's crashed that hard is that tactical suit that they bought out for Far From Home.
Night Monkey one, or whatever. Yeah.
That's it. Yeah.
You get that for about 20 quid now.
Yeah. Probably when the proper suit, the figure of the proper suit comes out, it'll probably look alright. But the homemade
it's a weird one to go with.
Yeah. Unless you're super into it, they're just not.
Yeah, and it's Hono, but their prices are going up now, so I think it's $200, so it's probably about 170 quid. Yeah. Whereas they were like more like 140 when they first started bringing like the Wolverine and stuff. So yeah, their prices are creeping up a bit. This one looks alright. So this is
it does at a distance.
Yeah, it looks better than the Sideshow one. That's all we've got to go on, really.
Yeah.
So this is Asmus Toys. No, Snake Plissken from Escape from New York. Now, Asmus are a strange beast. Obviously, I'm well versed in their craft with the Lord of the Rings stuff. I think it's pretty good. Some of the head sculpts are a bit iffy, but all the clothing stuff's good. They brought out that really bad Evil Dead.
Williams. Yeah.
Ash. What do they call him? Ash.
Walliams or something.
Walliams or something. Yeah, I missed a double. I missed one of the L's out or something.
The thing with that though is the pictures they put up to begin with looked fantastic. It looked very similar to this. I was like, yep, I want the full on, balls deep into it. Looks great. And then when it released, it was just nothing like it was pictured. That everything was wrong about it. And then they've even, I didn't put it in the show sheet, but they've even gone. So with that release, you got Ash, and then you've got a Deadeye Ash head, and you could put it on and swap it out and do what you fucking like. But they're now releasing just a Deadeye Ash on its own, but they've redone the head. I mean, it still looks bad. Like it's not as good as the one I've got already. But you kind of, but now because I would have jumped at this because I've wanted a Pliskin for ages. It's not what I'm actually, because I know I wouldn't pre-order it. I'd have to see what it's like in hand. Because the picture on the right, I think, that looks good. Picture on the left, I just don't see Kurt Russell in that at all.
I don't mind it. As I say, we've only really got the Sideshow one to compare to, and that was bad. I think it looks all right. And the price isn't too bad for real hair, but again, we're not sure whether it's going to be. It says real hair, so is it going to be like the lamb's wool hair, or is it going to be something synthetic? But
dolly hair.
The thing I found weird is that it says it's out in March this year, and it's only just been announced. So it's a bit odd, and I think it's quite a limited release as well. So I'd be interested to see how it turns out. I hope it's real human hair. I hope it'd be nice to see if it's good, because I think again it's a figure that's not been done justice in the same way that McCready, even that Mondo one, not great. There's a lot of bits you need to swap out on that. So I think Kurt Russell's been done a bit nasty in the 1/6 game. It looks alright. The base is a bit naff. Because you've got like a mini scale Statue of Liberty arm there and stuff. It's a bit shit. I don't know. What do you think, Aaron? Are you a fan of the film?
Not a fan. It's just a bit blur, really, for me. This one. So, I mean, it is that, isn't it? Looks okay. But if you're not interested in it, you're not interested in it, are you? But looks alright.
No. Yeah, I don't mind the film. I'm not a big enough fan to invest in a figure though, really. But I'd rather have a really good McCready from the thing, but Mondo didn't. Mondo didn't make the grade. Not really like to say on this. They just put up. This is the new Greedo that we talked about earlier, and these are their villains, sideshow villains from Star Wars. The 5 are the ones that have gone up for pre-order. But it was just interesting. They got these shadow of figures, another 7 figures in the background. I think, and there's obviously a lot of speculation as to what they are, but I believe that you've got, I don't know what their proper names are, but the old 80s figures names, you had Squid Head on the left, Klaatu, Weequay. I guess that's probably Bib Fortuna in the middle. I don't know. Is only that based on that little bit of tentacle. The other 3, I've got no idea. So it's interesting that they are looking to obviously release some more of these villains, and obviously they're some of them are from other movies as well in the trilogy.
I think it's a good idea. Like what I've said for ages, if they re-release these, people would lap them up because these were decent, you know. Sideshow get a bad rap for a lot of stuff, and don't get me wrong, a lot of it's deserved, but these were very good. So I'm quite happy that they're releasing these. I'm not particularly going to get every single one. I'm probably going to cherry pick, and I've kept like my Bib of Fortuna. I've kept him because I've got that and Jabba, but I'm definitely keeping.
It's the price that's the issue, though. That they're charging Hot Toys prices, and they're not.
The problem I've got is, say like with Greedo, unless I get really lucky like you did, I'm going to be paying that price anyway. So if I'm going to be paying that price anyway, I want a brand new one.
Yeah.
Not one that's been fondled by 5 other people. You know, there's a joke there about the 1,000 people shagging that bird, but I don't want to be in that line. I'd rather have one for myself.
I tell you what, yeah.
So when they re-release this sort of stuff, I'm quite happy. Now I know the bodies are going to be shit because I know they're just gonna reuse what they have, and particularly if they reuse these from like 15 odd years ago. It was like that post I showed you the other day where the guy's like, "Oh, why is this bush really bad?"
Yeah.
Well, because
that
it's a
really
20-year-old
tickled
figure.
me. That did.
Yeah,
because it came out before Aaron was born, mate. I mean, you'd expect.
It's as old as Aaron.
What are you expecting to get from this?
Yeah, like.
I mean, look at the state of him, and you know.
And now look, and you're running the headstocks
and you expect,
on that.
Yeah. The articulation's shit.
Yeah,
but
you know what you know.
I know what I know.
Yeah.
Body swapping and tinkering, and that's fine.
Yeah.
So I can do that. So I know what I'm letting myself in for. But I've said for years, if they re-release these, it would be people would lap it up, and they will, because no one else is doing these. The only other people doing these are people producing customs, and at the moment, people producing customs, unless it's battle damage, they just ain't doing it. So, you know, this ain't, we're not going to get one of these anywhere.
No, I think it's good. It just gives people more choice. Although I think some of these were quite limited and difficult to get hold of, but.
I missed it at the start, Pete, because my laptop died when you were talking about it. But what was it? The Greedo, is that
that's the original one from.
Yeah,
it's the original Sideshow one from probably 15 years ago. I've always been after it. It was silly prices, and obviously But even with this one being announced, there wasn't like an immediate, like you see, like people just selling everyone wants to sell the figure because there's a new one coming and everything. It wasn't even like that. So I did pre-order it, but luckily enough, one came up on the groups, 150 quid I paid for it.
Oh,
couldn't be happier.
Yeah.
And so I had the pre-order on this one with Sideshow, so I lost 20 quid on that, but it's still. Probably just over half what this one would cost me.
Yeah,
and I'm really, really pleased with it. I'm not going to. I don't think for a second when this one comes out that I'll regret buying the old one, because when they did things well, they they nailed them. They just had a lot of misses, I think. But that's always been one of the yeah. And it's like it's always been in that band with, you know, people wanting 400 quid for the TIE fighter pilot and the ATAT driver. Yeah. I'd never pay that.
All that again, people would lap it up.
Yeah. Yeah, and they'd be fine because they're helmeted. They've not got to worry about head sculpts, which they can't do for shit. If they just
sorted out the head sculpts on some of those Imperial officers as well, people would go Gary for those too.
Yeah.
Because
absolutely. No. And you pay a pretty penny for those because there's not many ways to get the Imperial officer uniforms. You're not going to buy a Tarkin.
No.
It costs you 600 quid, and then you just take that. So sideshows you're only better, and people are charging 200 quid for those. And you've got a body swap, get a custom head, all that. So you're right. I mean, they should be, redo. But certainly anything that's helmeted, like the TIE fighter pilot, and I'd snap those up. But I'm not paying 400 quid for those old ones as much as I wasn't going to pay 400 quid for Greedo. Yeah. So yeah, it's good stuff. Did the present toys bit. Just quickly on this because I don't know that any of us are particularly heartbroken about this, but Jazz Inc. have said that they're cancelling the Jedi Starfighter model. I think, as usual, 400 people said they wanted it, and then when it came to putting their money down, there was about 10. So, they're going to give you back any money that you paid towards it, or you can put it to another order. I think they're so busy with all their licensed Batman stuff now that it's not worth doing the Star Wars stuff. So
I think kind of what they said that because they haven't fulfilled enough orders. So they didn't get the license when it would count for renewal because there wasn't enough interest and they couldn't.
Well, they haven't got a license for Star Wars anyway.
No, so I think it says there we couldn't maintain the minimum numbers needed to obtain a license. So now they're a proper, they've got licenses with Warner Brothers. They can't keep making Star Wars stuff on the side. So
I see.
The license
because
they're not meeting the numbers.
Because right. So. Yeah, so and obviously they started with Star Wars. That's kind of what they were known for. But I think once they got the Warner Brothers, the Batman license and stuff, I think it was fairly obvious this is where they were going to go because this is where their kind of bread and butter is going to be. So yeah, if there are any of their bits and pieces that you've been looking to pick up, I mean, unfortunately, it doesn't look like they're reducing them at all. So the list on the right there is all the stuff they've got left. I mean, I would love to put together a Millennium Falcon interior to go with my cockpit, but I think it's the best part of about $3,500 to get all the bits for it. So that's not happening.
I'd like the throne room, the Emperor's throne room.
Yeah.
I've got the throne I've got for the Emperor.
Mm-hmm.
That's a Jazz Inc. one. I bought that from.
Yeah.
I can't remember how much I paid for it, but it's always polystone. The whole thing's polystone. It's a fucking ton. But it's not underscaled like the Hot Toys one, so it sits in it quite well. It's a shame. It is a shame. But if people weren't, if the demand's not there, what do we expect?
Yeah, exactly. So, I've got my Falcon cockpit. I'm happy. So that's just so. No more Star Wars from Jazz Inc. And they have got some stock left of some older stuff. If you want to pick anything up, best you get on that pretty quick. So yeah, that's it for kind of figure news. Custom Corner. You've been doing a bit of painting, Ian?
I've been a bit busy. I've been doing a fair bit of painting, which is quite nice. So now I don't do commissions. I've said no. I'm packing it in. I'm not doing it. I'm just going to pick stuff up for myself. And I got fed up of I was just painting shit I didn't want to paint. And I was getting bored with it. And there's only so many. There was one guy who just kept sending me lots of stuff, and it was all very samurai-y.
You had like the whole of the Seven Samurai. There was like 15 of them or something, wasn't it? Yeah, I bet that got boring.
Much. And I just kind of burnt out with it. And I was like, do you know what? Even if I'm charging 50 quid to paint a head, like, I'm just not in. I'm not getting stuff through that I enjoy. I'm getting real low quality 3D printed sculpts that just don't look good painted up, and I just had enough of it. So I was like, nah, I'm not doing it anymore. So I've just painted stuff for me and printing stuff for me, and I'm well into my Warhammer, so I've been doing a lot of that. But over Christmas and when we took a break and stuff, I started just painting a few 6 scale bits. So the 2 busts there, they're not 6 scale. They're
like 3rd scale, and they're quite big.
So they're quite big. They're bigger than quarter scale. So probably about 1/3. But they're by a guy called Sid Naik, and what you see a lot of people do is take his busts, cut the neck off, shrink it down to 6 scale, and print it. Like the Tarkin, I really like his Tarkin. So I bought one of them for myself and printed it out. Massive. It took like 10 hours to print, but I hollowed it all out, so it saved me a load of resin. And I love that. I love the sculpts. So I very much enjoyed painting that. And then Van Cleef was actually a Christmas present for my dad, because when I first got a 3D printer years back, I went, I'll print you a Clint Eastwood, and did, but it was tiny and it was crap, and I never really bothered painting it. So like I say, this Sid Naik guy, I saw the Van Cleef and I was like, that looks really good, and I really want to paint that. So painted that for him for Christmas, and I just really enjoy painting these larger busts and sculpt, because there's so much more detail you can squeeze out of them because they're so much bigger.
Yeah.
But so I got back into Breaking Bad, and he does a Jesse, a Walt, a Mike, and a Saul, and they're about 15 quid each for the files. So I was like, yeah, I think I'm going to end up buying a couple of them as well, because they just look really good. And then I had an Obi-Wan knocking around, an old sculpt that I printed.
I really like that sculpt. I don't know who did it, but that's the one I've got on my custom.
He looks really
mythos.
pissed off. That's why I quite like it. I think the guy's called it's FKRN. On Cult, I think he's on Cults. I think he's on Cults and CG Trader, but they come with a neck. So I just dropped it into Mesh Mix and took the neck off and put a hole in it so we can go on a figure. But I need to do a little bit more work on that one. But I like that sculpt, like you. I just think it's a cool sculpt.
Good sculpt. Yeah, I think I probably got a knockoff off eBay or something because it didn't have a neck. But it's a really nice sculpt. Yeah.
There's loads of detail in it, which is nice. And now, like, I've had my new printer. It's not really a new printer. I've had it for about a year, so I'm starting to get way more detailed than my last one. But that screaming sculpt, that's the Yan Toys one, and I found one on eBay. I was just flicking for every now and then. I'll just search for 6 scale heads and see what's about. And I think I picked it up for like a tenner. Someone was parting it out from that weird Emperor. And I thought, well, I'll see if I can like bring some of the detail out, because there's loads of detail in there. They just haven't bought it out.
It looks a lot better, but I'm still don't love it.
It's not a great sculpt. It's not a great sculpt. I think they did it dirty with the paint, because they just, for whatever reason, they gave him pink eye.
It looks like a scrotum.
Yeah,
upside down scrotum.
And when you hold up a picture of him screaming, he's just a big ball-faced cunt. Like that's.
I don't even remember him screaming. He did a lot of laughing, but did he scream?
Yeah, he does. What they've kind of done is they've taken. If you look at stills from the Battlefield games, they've taken it from that.
Okay.
So it looks all right. But it just doesn't translate into 6 scale. And
if it didn't happen in Return of the Jedi, mate, it didn't happen at all.
No, exactly. Yeah. So it was worth a go, but it's all right. It looks okay.
And then you've got your poor, destroyed Grievous getting another.
I fucking hate that figure.
Lease of life.
So much. I literally I battle damaged it, did all that, and then the other day.
See, other people think it as well.
Yeah, it is. It really is. It's not the best thing in the world. So I rearranged my shelves and I was trying to pose it. I was like, fucking, this is bullshit. So I thought, do you know what? I don't even want it on display. And then when I did a load of weathering and stuff to the mall, I just put some cuts on him and shit like that. I won't go too mental. And then actually I wanted to make it look like he lost an eye, so I just rolled the eye up into its head so he had that white eye. And I was like, well, do you know what?
Better than pink eye.
Better than pink eye.
Pink eye.
I thought it would be cool if he actually killed Grievous, so I just ripped the head off Grievous and shoved it in his hand.
Do you know the story of what happened to this Grievous, Aaron? It's very much like what you've threatened to do to the cat, where he got so fucked off trying to pose it, he threw it at the wall. He threw it at the wall and it just...
I lobbed it and the leg snapped and I was like, for fuck's sake. So I was like, well, what the fuck am I going to do with it? And as any good customizer does, you glue it back together and you make it battle damaged and cut bits off of it and just put a dark wash on it and then charge people like 600 quid for it.
And fair play.
So I battle damaged it, and it sat in my display for ages. To be fair, it looked all right.
You were so pissed off how shit it was, weren't you? That they'd done nothing. They just printed out the same old crap from the 10 years before.
Bits, and it just wouldn't fucking stand up. I've got the stand I use for it, right, is this massive metal base. That is the only way you can get the fucker to do anything. I might as well just glue all the joints together and call it a statue at this point, because it's just fucking awful. But yeah, now it just sits there as a prop for when I like
that you pulled his legs off and you can see the little pegs there.
I didn't pull his legs off.
Did you?
No, that is literally him laying on his side.
Oh, okay, fair enough.
With his torso twisted. But yeah,
like leg pegs, like you've cut him off at the knees or something. I don't know.
No, his knees just bent. But yeah, so I'm wishing I'd pre-ordered the Hot Toys version now, actually, but it was too much when it came out. But yeah,
when's that due out? I've forgotten about that. I've forgotten that even.
Soon. It's been.
I thought that. We're still waiting on that. I thought that had been gone. That.
No, still waiting it. And then because I had the extra clothes and stuff on Picard, I found a blank Picard sculpt on eBay. I think it's a knockoff of the
QMX one.
The QMX one.
Yeah.
Because the eyes are so fucking small, so squidgy on it.
Pink eye Picard.
Pink eye Picard. But yeah, I was like, I need, because I was hoping at this point we would have like loads of Picard sculpts floating around somewhere, but nothing. I can get loads of him as Charles Xavier, but it doesn't work for Picard. We can get some really good ones of him from Logan.
Well, he's completely bald, isn't he? So yeah.
So it just doesn't quite work.
Get some nose hairs and stick them around there.
Yeah, just plonk them.
Do an artisan on him.
Yeah, exactly. The artisan Picard. But yeah, I'm not painting too much 6-scale stuff at the moment because I just can't be asked. It's really difficult to get decent sculpts to paint unless you're just happy just ripping off people. Hopefully
by the next show I'll have my latest indie custom sculpt back from Mark Simpson's. So nice. I haven't seen one painted up yet. It's weird because it's one by Sten or something like that. Stansten.
You have to say the accent. Stansten.
Yeah. It looked great rendered, but obviously, I haven't seen a painted up one yet, so I can't wait to see if it kind of translates as well when it's painted up. But I've got high hopes for it.
We'll just say it though, Ian. When I do see what you do, it is impressive, mate. Like you probably just think it's I'll just paint a sculpt, right? But it is good. Like,
well, it's only the thing is, it's one of those things. You just I'm a type bastard. And I don't like paying people to do stuff.
Yeah,
I just started painting bits, but it keeps me out of trouble.
No, it's good. It is good. But it was only last weekend. Like my daughter was like, "Oh, can we do some painting?" I'm all right with drawing. I can draw something, but I need a picture of it if I'm going to draw it, and I can draw it pretty well. You chuck some paints out there.
Yeah.
Absolute chaos. Like, just rather not bother.
A lot of it is a lot of it's like washes and stuff like that. It's not. There's not. When people think about painting, they think about someone sitting there and like painting on every single little bit, but a lot of it is blending and glazing and stuff like that, which a dry brushing and stuff like that, which isn't that bad. Like,
it is harder than he makes it out, Aaron. I'm a part-time painter, and I've had a couple of successes like with head sculpts, but a lot of abandoned, terrible efforts. And I do
just
paint.
Threw at the wall.
Yeah, I did. Yeah, they all got busted noses. I've painted quite a few minis, and I've done better with that, but nowhere to this quality.
Yeah, no, it is impressive. It's impressive.
Yeah. Thing is, like I've been painting for years, like probably before you were born, but years. The funny thing is, you're only like 4 years younger than me. I'm treating you like fucking 7.
Yeah, it's like talking like he's like 15 or something. Yeah.
The problem is, mate, you're right on that cutoff. 1990 is when I consider anyone a child. I'm like, no.
Yeah, because he's moved into the 90s. If he said 89, you'd be like, that's cool, mate.
I'll be fine.
No
I'll be like, he's one of us. It's fine.
He's a child of the 90s. Get out.
Yeah. Go. But yeah, like I said, I proper love painting Warhammer stuff at the moment, and I've been doing loads, like way more Warhammer. One of the reasons why I stopped doing 6-scale stuff was I was getting annoyed painting these prints people had sent me, and I'm like, I've got fucking all this Warhammer shit there that I want to paint. Like, because I find it way more challenging as well, like because of how small it is. I want to paint that, not some fucking samurai's head that I don't give a shit about. But yeah, I'm loving painting Warhammer. So I got a Storm Raven over Christmas, and that's that plane thing, and planes and all that sort of stuff. Like vehicles, I don't paint a lot of, so I thought, well, I'll give it a go. And painting black armor and stuff is difficult because you're not like normally when you paint, you start like you build up from dark to light. That's how I always paint, right? Other people do it differently, but I always build up from dark to light. When you've got a vehicle that's black, what the fuck do you do? Because it's all black. So you have to like highlight it differently and stuff like that. But I really enjoy painting that, and it's a really cool model. Like they do cool models. And then the base, I was like, well, I've got to have something a bit interesting. So I kind of
you went with your hand by the looks of the picture.
No, the base. The base is that one on the far left. Yeah, that's all I do. When I play, I just kind of go.
His collection's got his hand.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, I don't walk around permanently holding it because I can't put it down. It's just like Ian, what are you doing? Plane. I've got a plane.
Sorry, so it's got a base. It's not in the picture.
It's the one on the left. So that one on the left is the base for the plane.
Oh, I can see the stand behind it now. Yeah.
So, but the annoying thing about, do you know we talk about like quality control in 6-scale? Some stuff that the people at Games Workshop do is fucking batshit crazy. So the windows on that plane and that stand part are all clear. So when you get it, it's obviously all on sprues that you've got to cut off. Those clear bits are just chucked in the box with all the sprues.
Oh right, okay, yeah.
So when you get it out, they're all scratched as shit, and you're like, well, what the fuck am I meant to do with that? I can't, because you can't polish it out. So I was like, well, because in what you're meant to have is a clear screen, and then inside that there's the little guy driving the plane that you're meant to paint and do stuff with. I was like, well, I can't, because the windscreen's all scuffed up and it doesn't look like it's going to be something that's been done because it's been shot. It just looks like some cunt's thrown it in the box. So I had to like paint all that over. But the base,
it's really odd, isn't it? You think you'd just be on a little mini sprue, like if you buy a model plane, you just get a little mini sprue that's got
a little mini sprue, but then it's like someone just threw
it. Needs to be in a bag, doesn't it?
Yeah,
so it doesn't scratch against the other ones.
Yeah, but like I said, having a 3D printer, particularly with Warhammer and stuff, is fucking brilliant, because like that little dude that's cut in half that's laying on the floor, that's reaching up to that Space Marine. I bought the files for a load of like these dead Krieger guys. So now they just go on most of these big bases. And I try with the big bases to try and do something a little bit different. But yeah, loving it at the moment. And then I knocked together that librarian in the middle and those guys at the bottom of Blade Guard.
Yeah, they are cool. The Blade Guard, they're
very
like
cool models.
That bone coloured armour, it's cool.
Yeah, the bone, the Deathwing armour's cool. It's fun to paint. But Games Workshop are really weird, right? So they sent me a voucher, a £10 fucking voucher for because I bought something off their website a year before and then randomly got this £10 voucher. So I was like, okay, I'll buy some.
It's like Timo. Timo keep emailing me and saying that they're going to refund me like 70 quid when I've not even bought anything from them.
Yeah. But this isn't a scam. They actually sent me a voucher.
Fair enough.
I was like, all right, fine. So I bought some Blade Guard, got a tenner off them. And then I bought... Have you played Space Marine 2 yet?
Yeah.
So Titus in that, right? Fucking fantastic game. They released a fucking appalling miniature. Like,
I've seen it,
right? But if you bought it, it was 25 quid. Then you got a £15 voucher back. But then you couldn't spend that until January, which I'd used part of it for the plane. So you bought that horrible thing, which I've not even bothered making. Just sits on a fucking side. They go now, because it was 25 quid, you get £15 voucher back. And now on eBay, they're going for about 60 quid.
Really? Wow.
So I'm just going to bung it on eBay and fucking get rid of it.
Yeah.
But, and then I got so obviously I played Warhammer 40,000. They've got a game called Kill Team as well. And that's that little dude on the left. He's called an Aquilon. And the idea of Kill Team is you play it in about an hour, and it's meant to span over about a 4-minute period. So it's really, really quick, and you're playing with just a squad of stuff. But the Kill Teams are all really good, because each one is meant to be like a character. So you get loads of detail on these tiny little minis that you wouldn't normally get on a normal troop type. But 40k is my jam at the moment. I'm proper into it. If there's a choice between buying a load of 40k and buying something 6 scale, 40k's winning at the moment. I'm kind of drifting more towards
expensive, isn't it? I know that you print a lot of stuff and that now and everything, but the prices are quite a lot. You know, you're like 30 quid for like five figures.
Yeah, I think the problem is if you buy direct from Games Workshop, it's really expensive. If you buy from a third party, it's normally quite a lot cheaper. Yeah. But then eBay, like the stuff I get off eBay is insane. So that librarian, that was off of eBay. That was a tenner, and then I added a few bits to it. I got some Ravenwing bikes. They're like £30 for 3. Well, I got 3 for like 15 quid off of eBay, and someone had like part made them but hadn't finished. So I think if you're careful about it, you can save a bit of money. Joy Toy is something that's worth looking out for. Like
I've got a couple. They are good. They are really good. Yeah.
I want the Primarchs, the Lionel Johnson, and like the big fuck off ones are really good.
Yeah, and they're about 100 quid, aren't they? But they're they're decent. So they've just brought out the whatever they are, the big knights. They're like $600, and they're huge. Knights. They're like 50, about half a meter tall.
Yeah. So my second army's Imperial Knights, and if a Warhammer miniature is like that, in fact, so that's a normal miniature, right? This little orc dude, right? That's an Imperial Knight. So when you do that up in like Joy Toy scale, which is what, like 1/12 or something?
Maybe big, 1/12, maybe, They're
fucking massive, like huge. They look really cool as well. And I've seen people repaint them, and they look really good. But have you managed to? Because you were playing a bit before. Have you managed to play?
No, because I had that. Well, that game that took like 10 hours, and I nearly got divorced over it. I
didn't know about that. Did you tell me that?
Yeah, I did.
No.
It was definitely on a show at one point. I watched one of you two, and you said there was a massive
I played a mate, and he had Space Wolves, and he basically spent, like, it doesn't work, so he just spent about a month just working out every way to just destroy me.
You didn't tell me about the divorce part.
Well, I mean, I'm overplaying that a little bit, but it was very much like you're not playing, you're not going there again, you're not playing that again. Yeah. And he keeps asking me. He's like, "Oh, we'll do it shorter this time," and he's like, "Oh, and I'll play Tyrannies and all this," and I'm like, "No, I don't know. I'll see, mate. I'll see if I, So no, I haven't. I have just
again. After bedtime, do you want to go around and get yourself just like battered at Warhammer, or watch RoboCop again?
Yeah, but I just watched RoboCop. Yeah,
if you're gonna get battered, or get battered while watching RoboCop, however, if you want to do it.
So so I just keep I mean, maybe one day, but I did just paint up a load of minis. I thought I'd put down my paints probably 3-4 months since I painted any, and I had that the Aliens game, the Another Glorious Day in the Core. And I thought I'd get that out and paint that up. So I've just recently done all that. Says 16 xenomorphs and all the characters and stuff. So I've done them. They come out all right. Although
the in that game are meant to be really good.
They are really good, but I made a mistake. So and I should learn my lesson. So I painted them up, and I'd finished like 6 of them, I think. Mainly like the more simple ones. So I'd done Ripley, Newt, Burke, the dickhead one, and the 3 in like the green sort of overall. So Gorman, Spunkmeyer, and whatever the Pharaoh.
Child Spunkmeyer.
Yeah, and you're like, and the I think she's called Pharaoh, the lady that pilots the drop ship. So I'd done them, and I was sort of leaving the ones with all the camouflage and stuff. So I was like, right, the last thing I need to do is just put a matte acrylic on these. And I'd bought a spray a while back, and I haven't used this. I tried this out. So sprayed them. Didn't sort of think I'll just do one and see if it's all right.
Yeah.
Sprayed them. Matte my arse, shiny as fuck. And I was like, what am I going to do? So I've since hit them with about 6 coats of matte acrylic. So it's sort of taken the shine off, but they look like something out of like those shitty ones that you buy for like little railway sets, where there's like no detail in them at all.
Yeah.
So I was like, why didn't I just... I've got matte acrylic, obviously. Why didn't I just... So I've... Like the other ones, like so the Marines that I finished, I just did it by brush. And so I'm not too upset, because if I'd done it with them, I'd be really upset. Because they're like, apart from Ripley, the others I probably wouldn't play with anyway, because you only pick a squad of 6. But I was like, why didn't I just do one? I should have learned my lesson.
They've done something with matte sprays at the moment, because I used to use I've got loads of fucking tins. I've got to use it up. I used to use the Humbro matte acrylic, the spray, and it was fine. Because what I used to do with 6 scale sculpts was seal it with the matte, and then go over hairspray. Use a bit of hairspray to give it a tiny bit of shine, so it looks a bit more like skin. But now every fucking matte out there, every matte spray is really shiny.
I mean,
it just makes everything
probably
glossy.
Shouldn't have used one that had a picture of a wooden bench on it. I don't think it was designed for figures.
Yeah.
So
probably don't use a Photoshop jobby.
Sort of matte gloss, that's the same. Because you're spraying a bench outside, you're probably not going to notice, are you? But
it had high sheen on it. You just thought it was made by.
No, it says matte.
Be fine.
It says Matt, so I'm not happy. So yeah, they look a bit weird. The other ones look alright. Yeah, but you live and you learn, don't you?
You want to get an ultrasonic cleaner and some IPA, and then you can strip them off.
I know, but I don't want to paint them again. That's the thing.
Yeah, I mean,
just leave it
it depends how. Yeah, Ronsil. It's not Ronsil. I know what Ronsil is. Matt Goss. Yeah, I covered him in Matt Goss.
I know what fucking Ronsil is. All right.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not that stupid. I'm not that stupid that I've gone. Oh, Ronsil, yeah. Does exactly what it says on the can. Didn't anyway, so that was rubbish. But I've ordered some. I think they're called Sisters of Silence. I don't know why, because I'm obviously never going to play the game again. But apparently I need some of them because if I ever did play again, probably not with him. The objectives, I need some cheap fodder to sit on objectives because like my cheapest character's about 60 points, and they're like 15 or something like that. So I have got some. They're just like resin printed ones.
Yeah.
So I got 10 of them for 20 quid instead of 10 would cost me 60 quid buying the proper ones. So
it's not bad.
So I will be.
If you do want to play, just try and find a gaming club or something.
Yeah.
'Cause it sounds like your mates just turning up to a nice casual game with like some pretty hefty shit, and just.
I mean, it's just got it completely wrong, didn't he? You're trying to introduce someone into the game, and you're trying to encourage them to take this up as a hobby, and you just go out to absolutely completely fucking not only devastate them, but take 12 hours to do it.
Yeah,
it's like
12 hours to kill you.
Death by 1,000 cuts, isn't it?
Yeah, and you probably did 2-3 turns.
And I got there, and he's got like 5 sheets of A4 just filled with like notes and stuff he'd taken, and like, oh yeah, so I do this, so like everything I did, he had like a counter to it, and I was like, this is really boring.
Yeah,
I'm not, yeah.
He's not playing a tournament. He's trying to get you to actually like enjoy the game.
And he fucked that up. So, but anyway, so I'll be painting them up, and then they'll just sit in a box. But yeah, I mean, yeah, you make it sound great, and my boy still enjoys it, so that's the main thing. That's why I started buying them, really, and what I didn't really intend to play, but yeah. So yeah, that's it for the show. We've got to do all the kind of caretakery stuff now. But hey, how you found it, Aaron? I hope you had a good time. It's been a good laugh.
I've had a cracking evening, Pete. I've really enjoyed myself.
Yeah.
Even with the laptop dying, swapping to my phone. I've got earbuds in, but we got there.
Yeah,
we got there.
We soldier on.
Good about it was my wife came out early. She was like, "What's happened with the laptop?" I was like, "It's dead." This is when I was like, "You did." I was like, "It's dead." But that means I can just go out Saturday.
Buy a new laptop.
We need
it,
laptop,
mate.
don't we?
Yeah, can't survive now.
You need it for work, mate. You need it for work. This is serious
so
stuff.
It's going to be a fucking amazing fucking laptop.
The nights are lonely. You need a computer.
Love it.
You wait till she gets home Saturday night.
So, yeah, no, and obviously, like, you know, it's been great having you on. I've had a good laugh. So if you're, if you've enjoyed it and you want to, you know, make it a more permanent fixture, then you're certainly welcome to join us, mate. And
I will do, Pete, 100%.
Turn the language down a bit, but other than that, you're great.
Yeah.
Keep going.
fucking disgraceful.
Fucking cunt comes on here, swear he's fucking disgusting.
With his youth language.
Oh, yeah.
And his streetwear.
Streetwear.
Fucking kids these days coming in the show.
Although, to be honest, the poor sod's a Man United fan, so I'm not sure we should keep him based on that. I don't mate.
Who? You're wearing the fucking top.
No, for a minute,
he's like,
I thought he said Portsmouth,
what?
and I was like, Portsmouth?
It's like, what? I thought it was fucking Liverpool. What the fuck?
Oh, fuck, I've worn the wrong shirt. No, my original plan tonight, because United were playing tonight, I was like, right, laptop's going to be on. I'm going to still watch United in the Europa League because I never miss a game. I've missed a game. This is how committed I was.
Yeah.
I've missed a game tonight to do it on my phone because the laptop went. And I was like, well, I don't even know where we won tonight. I don't know yet.
We get one young person
unlikely,
on the show
but
and Pete's throwing around respect. He's like, yeah, blood, respect.
Yeah. But always wear the shirt if United are playing. So you'll always know you'll be like, oh, United playing. He's got a shirt.
Well, I hope you've done all right, mate. I know it's.
I think we've won. I think we've won.
Tricky times. We don't do football now, so just you can wear the shirt, but that's it. We're not talking about it.
That's the limit.
Yeah. It's done.
Yeah,
it's done.
We can't. We go a little bit Alan Partridge on it. Like, yeah, they won. So.
Great. So anyway, so let's go through the Patreonies, the angels, the faithfuls, the people that keep the lights on. We've got Captain Fordo, Ian CB, René Mendes, Eric Mariscal, Quinn Aguirre, King Louis, Mark Pearson, Paul Schreiber, Equan, Chris Van Serena, Ben Thomas, David Jones, Sam Gist, Joao Breda, Thomas Clark, Eric Switzer, Six Guns Figs, Badfish, Joe Corpus, Luke Skywonker, Danny Lee, Deanie Martin, Big Fern, Caesar American, Mark Phillips, Lisa Martin Womonsky, Rick De Gregorio, Ricardo Valdez, Jose CZ, Aled Morgan, Takathi Wah, Derek Bezidzinski, Aris Portillo, Alvin J, Mario Delgado, Arelis Delgado, Toy Cartel, Sith Scale Collector, Jared Gagne, Alberto Cortez, Big Rib, Trevor Weed, Darren Ilderton, Matt Clevenger, Don Maton, Stephen Purchase, Sean Yahtzee, Scott Bradley, Stephen Rhea Stanley, Eddie Manzanares, Louis Bennett, Chip Perrin, Exodus, Abe Dunk TV, and Gigi the Judgmental. Thank you all very much for your continued support. I don't think I've got. There we go. So the January, February Patreon benefits. We've got the Job's Not Finished sticker, which is in relation to the fact that we've just hit 70,000 subscribers on the Collecting Weekly network. We are pushing for 100,000. So job is finished. I mean, we don't want to end there, but job is finished. 100k. That is the target for this year. So we'll hopefully get there, and then we kind of move into like another echelon of greatness. And the other one is the sticker, which I remember seeing the original post on Facebook and thought, that's quite funny. I think someone asked for extra mayonnaise in their burger, and they just got a mayonnaise burger. And then obviously the connection with Ben Thomas and the Let's Get Nuts and everything. So yeah, that's a funny sticker, that one. So if you want to join the Patreon, we got Hot Seat, $5 a month. Gets you digital copies of the stickers and access to Ox After Dark, Patreon chat, and I guess CW Plus now. Sweet Angel, $7.50 a month gets you the physical stickers sent to your door. Certified Crispy gets you the Crispy certificate and all the previous benefits. And the Water Guy gets you the Pog Deluxe set and doubles all the stickers, so you can gift them to your loved ones. If you don't buy them Christmas presents, give them a sticker. I've still got hundreds of those celebration ones if you want one, mate. Remember this idea of like giving them out at the show, and we didn't bother. It
was such nonsense. Anyone I was like, do you want a sticker? They were like, who the fuck are you? I was like,
what we should have done is gone around sticking them on people. Like secretly sticking them on. And then they'd have got home and gone, what the fuck is that?
Got us thrown
who are those cunts on there?
What are they doing?
And they might have tried to find us and had a look.
Like that special Spider-Man.
Yeah, exactly. Slap one. Draw a cock on. Yeah. Slap the sticker.
See you later, mate.
See you on YouTube, cunt.
See on YouTube, cunt.
We should have that on the
Yeah, well, unfortunately, Collecting Weekly have not given us the funds to go to Japan this year, so we'll have to hope that the next one's a bit nearer home, and then we can slap them on. Yeah. It says 2023 on. We could just tip exit out 2027.
Yeah, right.
I don't know.
Sit there for 3 hours, just fucking scoring out 2023.
You could have paid me, and you can do that.
Yeah. I've got nothing else to do.
When I think about it, we didn't really do our job there, did we? I took a few pictures, but we had those like NFT cards. We were meant to get people to scan it with their phones. I
got given an NFT card and got told give that out. So when someone said you got details, I went right here and handed them and just gave them the card.
That's not. You don't give it to them.
I didn't
know. Scan it.
No one said. So I just fucking. So some cunts.
They come with a big bag of them, flicking them out.
Yeah, and then we had all the stickers. So I took photos and did what I needed. I did a video and everything. Sent it. No fucker used anything. It's like every time I do shorts, I fucking send a load off, and then no one fucking uses them, so I don't bother.
No. That was a good day. It was a good day.
I had a thoroughly good time and spread. We
sat in the Falcon and all that, didn't we? So
I threw my back out, and that fucked me up for a year.
So you did, didn't you?
Really good. It was good day out.
Yeah. He was eating that.
We threw you back out in the Falcon.
No, I literally
before that. He's eating his lunch. He was a bit vigorous with his chewing, and he's like, "Oh." Before
I'd gone, like my back had been fucked for a little bit, but it hadn't quite gone. And then if I walked around for ages, it would start to play up a bit, but if I sat down, then it would like seize up, and it fucking did it while we were there. But then I was like, well, it's lunchtime. I can't go anywhere. So for the rest of the day, I couldn't sit back down because I couldn't bend my back. So every photo, I'm like bolt upright like that. And then when we were walking to the train station, I was walking down the stairs, and the bottoms of my feet were tingling, and I was like, "This isn't a good job."
Getting some nerve damage here.
Yeah, I should probably really go home now. And then Pete's like, "Should we go get a curry?" I was like, "Yeah, I could do a curry."
Yeah. yeah.
So we're sitting in this curry house, and I'm eating, and so I'm going because my back would suddenly like seize up. And I remember,
and they were coming around going, "There's something wrong with the food, sir."
They're like, "You're right." I'm like, "It's fine." But then, like, I remember getting back, and I was like, "Right, I need to get back to Gatwick." And then I ended up having to get up 3 stops.
Oh, because you parked your car there, didn't you?
Yeah. So I had to get up 3 stops before Gatwick because that's how long it took me to get up out the chair because my back just kept spasming. And then I'm not even joking, I had physio and everything for the year.
That messed you up for like a year, didn't it? Yeah.
My back, and it's still not great, but I was fucked. I was literally fucked. My back kept spasming. I was all hunched over. I couldn't walk. It's either hunched over or flat up. There's no in between. Yeah. I was like a capital
like a Corby trouser press.
I was fucked. Yeah. I was fucked. So brilliant. Yeah, it was
but
really
perhaps you shouldn't go to another one then. Yeah.
No, I ended up like Stephen Hawking by the end of it. Not smart as shit. I just crap at skateboard.
Yeah. YouTube channel members, so you can support us on YouTube as well. A small monthly fee. We've got Absolute Erwin, Alvin J, Amanda Dobbs, Andrew Gibo, Benjamin Hanson, Big Old Firm, Bob Dylan, CC3PO, Chris Fee, CT603, DJ Daminators, Doc Smoozle, Equan, Fat Batman, Gare Bear, Good Old Spotchka, Gotham Cenobites, Justin Sportscard, Jared Gagne, like I've forgotten how to talk, LV Avenger 702, Mark Pearson, Mike Litoris, no laughing, Money Mendes, OG Fan, OMFG Rick, 16 Figure Focus, Paul Schreiber, Philip the Fall, S-Beam, Sam Gist, Scarnord, SpongeBob Squareballs, Sunny Vale, Russ, Ben Thomas Show, Toy Mafia, Exodus, and Trevor Weed. I bet he did. And then it's 99. We get done here. That's 99 cents, but if you do it in the UK, it'll be 99p, and the same with the Peanut Gallery. So that pisses me off. So yeah, you can do that if you want to. And we've got TeePublic, Look, there's the shirt from Celebration there, which I'm wearing. So
still got mine.
Surprised it's still at $16. You think they'd be knocking them out for
It's a
couple of dollars now, but it is. It's vintage now. I mean, I don't really understand why there's Gandalf with a assault rifle, but I mean, or dunking a basketball.
I think it's a sex thing.
Yeah, I mean, I know Zach loves his Ozil guy, but yeah, crazy.
I think it was the D&D stuff, wasn't it? I think it was to do with the D&D.
It was, but I mean, I don't remember him having a scar or assault rifle.
I've never played D&D, but looking at those photos, I could. It looks all right. I could give it a go. A wizard with a machine gun. Why not?
And slam dunking basketballs just for fun.
Yeah, that I'm more confused about, but yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, you can buy t-shirts, and then here's the network. Now this is actually the official slide because I did ask Zach to update it. Originally, I did do a custom one where I just put our logo over the top of the movie night because I thought I don't care about that. But yeah, I thought I'd better get a proper one. So we're back where we are. Like first, you read left to right, top to bottom. Who do you see first? OFAC, Jewel in the Crown, Top Boys. Yeah. So OFAC Collecting Weekly Live on the Tuesday with the OGs, the original boys. Small Talk every other Thursday. Well, it was every other Thursday with us. I mean, I think we'll be doing Thursdays and we'll be avoiding their nights, but we're not quite sure schedule. CW Movie Night, they might sneak in if they see we're not broadcasting, even though it's like an 8-hour time difference. It really doesn't matter.
We're not exactly clashing here.
No, it's no problem. We are an island. We play by our own rules. After Dark Wednesday night, talking about
Brexit on the network. There, he's like, "Fuck it, we're leaving. We're doing it. We're here."
Yeah.
8 hours later.
After Dark, talk about hemorrhoids and things like that. You could go on there and talk about your dodgy tooth and stuff like that, Aaron. That would be good material for there, like tales from the dentist.
That is still
yeah. Yeah, that's why I haven't gone to the dentist for about 25 years. And I just pray that I don't get a bad tooth.
You told me it was because he put you under and you woke up with a dodgy arsehole. Nothing to do with the tooth.
Are you talking to Aaron now? I haven't been to the dentist for 25 years.
No, that's why you haven't been for 25 years.
No, I enjoyed that. But I haven't had anything wrong with my teeth, so I haven't had any reason to go back for more, really. I can't just go in and go, can you terrorise my arsehole again? But my teeth are fine, so...
That's
not what he's selling. He's selling tooth...
He probably wouldn't remember you. He'd be like, what the fuck is this?
So I just don't go, and I dread what will happen if I get a bad tooth, because I don't... Yeah, I'd be tying the string round it and slamming the door and all that stuff.
One of the worst pains I've had.
I hear it's really bad, yeah. Yeah.
Like, really. Someone just doing that all day.
Yeah. I've had it before, and I had to go to an emergency dentist because it was at the weekend, and they were like, "Yeah, well, you're lucky because this is the last appointment." I was like, "So what would happen if I didn't get an appointment?" And they were like, "You just have to wait." And I'm like,
"Head just blows up."
And did they tear you a new arsehole because it was private and it was emergency? And
no, this was an NHS one.
Oh, okay.
It wasn't too bad, but yeah, it was the worst pain I've ever been in my life.
Horrible.
Oof. Yeah. And CW Plus, I've not seen it, so I don't know what it is. There was another stream they did that just said something like Just Another Day Part 2. I don't know if that was a CW Plus or I don't know. There's more CW around. I don't know. And then Just Another Friday Night, which is on a Friday, mostly.
At night. You can tell we've not kept up.
I haven't watched it, but it's Charles and his buddy. I think it's good. I don't heard it's good. Don't know what they talk about. But there's only so much time I can dedicate to this network. I watch the two at the top, and sometimes appear on the other one. No, it's been great. We've close to 3 hours, which is pretty good. Yeah,
it's been good.
Thanks for watching, everybody.
Yeah,
I don't know how many we had watching because it doesn't appear to be on the screen anymore.
Yeah, it's still there, about 20.
Used to tell you, didn't it?
It's still there.
Where? Okay, where is it? I can't see it.
The time.
I can't see it, mate. Where is it? Oh, 14. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, we have 20.
Yeah, 20's all right. It's pretty good.
Yeah, respectable.
Nice.
Respectable.
Nice.
None, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah. Definitely better than none. So yeah, we'll be back in Feb. I don't know which. I can't do the last one, so that messes it up already. But yeah, we'll be back next month. Yeah, we'll be back next month. 3 of us, and yeah, hope to see you then.
Cool. Have a good one.
Yeah. Cheers, everyone.
Bye.
Bye.
Easy.